We're live.
Audio. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, continue discussion. I just wanted there to be a clean break there of like, hey, we have now gone. We are now broadcasting. Welcome,
Perfect.
internet.
Okay.
I'm sure the two viewers are me and one of you guys, but
me.
Thank you, Peter.
Oh, Pete's cheating by watching the stream. He's
He can look at the same map as the rest of us.
Stream peeking.
Except it's like
20 seconds behind.
20 seconds behind. Yeah. So it's like, oh, what just happened? Oh, I'll just check the stream.
Like when we were doing our Beast Wars stream, they're waiting for the streamed update to see what I'm talking about, but it goes up and then I have to wait like 30 seconds for them to react. I will say the same thing to Pete as well. Beast Wars is available. All seasons are free in 4K on YouTube.
Oh, neat.
Nice.
I can link the playlist in the Discord later.
I actually kind of like that idea of a watch party.
I like the idea of a watch party. I've got to figure out we've got to figure out a how watch together works on Discord, because there is a thing where we would all basically have the controls for pausing.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we can all pause it on each other and say, actually.
Yes, that will be the purpose. We will probably get through. I'm going to guess 8 hours per episode.
Okay, in those last 3 frames.
Okay, but we've been staring at Air now for like half an hour.
We're just looking at her. That's all we're doing. Oh, look at that sleek
the third feather on her left wing.
And see how she's looking past Tigertron? If you position yourself at a 38-degree angle, while looking in a mirror, she's looking right at you.
All I can say is that I told Alex and Greg both that there's a very good chance that we may have to revisit the tier list and rearrange it based on a recent watch. I've only rewatched episode 1, and I already have changes I want to propose. So.
That's actually not a bad idea. A follow-up after your watch party.
Yeah, at some point, in the future. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Some point in the future. There's so many other stream ideas that I have too. When we can't get to this, but right now we can, because we are all here.
And Oz will keep you as the lore keeper, as you have been.
I'm the lore keeper as well. I think you were okay with this, so stop me if. Feel free to contradict me. Actually, that's a general rule to everybody. Contradictions are welcome. They make for good content. Greg, no more apologizing for being contentious.
Actually, contradictions do not make for good content. Come on.
Ah, there we go.
I apologize.
Damn it, guys. Okay.
I heard what's good for good content is spicy catchphrases.
Just spicy out of nowhere. Peter's just randomly like giving one-liners, but no context.
Quoting different movies that have no reference to it. Like,
anyway.
Oh yeah, no touchy.
Anyway, so Alex, feel free to contradict me, but my understanding is based on our in addition to Greg will be the quick lookup guide, so put things on screen so everybody can read them. Pete will be the timekeeper, the in-universe timekeeper. I will also be looking for, while Alex is looking some things up, to encourage some character conversation. You don't have to use a voice or anything. It's just like an in-character conversations and things that, as I sort of have been doing, but give Alex time to look things up, and also let us interact with each other as characters.
Mm-hmm. On that note, I've been looking up Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liners.
Excellent.
Nice.
Great. Now I'm looking forward to Crom looking at Thistle and going, consider this a divorce.
I don't know who Fide is, but welcome to the stream. Wait,
and
Fide
Spencer,
is Peter,
you have to actually keep track of where Jim is. I can't remember that for you.
Yes, you have to. Okay. No, okay, yes.
I can
keep track of your own summons,
if
people.
You can tell me where he is.
Yes.
Well, right now he's up in the roof of the Coliseum, flying.
Don't worry, Thistle, I'll be back.
Escaped. Yeah. Don't worry, Alex. I'll keep track of Bongo, and Spencer can keep track of Jim, and we'll be just fine. Yes. Alex has his own NPCs to deal with. He doesn't need ours as well.
Spencer has a way of sending Jim
Just
NPCs like
leaving him in
on
places.
far-flung adventures.
Yeah, I literally in the last campaign, I literally just you know what, Jim's gonna fly over that direction.
Jim's
And
gonna
he
take the
just went
ship.
off for
Yeah.
Jim's gonna take the ship back to Baldur's Gate, and he's gonna hang out there for the.
Yeah, I think I think in the last campaign they had encountered some enemies that didn't notice them, and Spencer's like, I'm gonna have Bob follow that group for an indeterminate amount of time so that we can keep tabs on them. So now I had to keep track of basically 2 parties going around this location, and I'm like, man, I just
What?
wanted to make them appear when I roll a certain dice roll, not have to keep track of where they actually are.
What? But by this point in the game, we split the party like 3 ways from Sunday. How did that happen?
Yeah. Okay, so
All right.
let's
I have
let's go ahead with the campfire recap.
All right. So there we were, Calva and I stumbling into the arena like a couple of recruits on the first trip. There's a pack of gladiators scrapping over a killer cassowary and a rampaging rhino dino with a horn on its face big enough to cut a bushy. Crowds roaring like pissheads in a wet canteen. Proper chaos like a sapper's demo gone bloody pear-shaped. I reckon we've been dirked the wrong side of the gaffer. So Bongo charges the bird, and after a bit of a scrap, the bloody thing takes a rip at him with its beak. He's nearly chomped in half when he vanishes, slick as a sapper dodging a shit detail. Crowd roars up like it's a payday win, while Calva and the fighters pile in and drop the bird, feathers and all. At the same time, the horny bloke's crashing around like a garbled brumby. I'm doing my fair dinkum best to settle him down when the fucking cunt decides to have a go at one of the poor blokes on the ground. Bloody oh, he can't stand a chance. Poor bastard's a floppy bonnet mascot for the dino now. And the crowd's lapping it up. Meanwhile, Thistle's up in the cheap seats, squinting like a recruit without his specs. Impatient little prick can't cop a view, so he vaults into the arena like a numpty fuckwit, straight into the fray. Just then, Jimbo gets roped and dragged under the sand. Then I clock it. The fight's rigged. Foot ropes on the fighters and weapons shottier than a quartermaster's knockoffs. It's all a bloody pantomime, and the beasts are set to win. So I clamber on the dino's back and yell to Thistle, "It's a fucking script, mate! Work the crowd, give him a show!" So what do you reckon the bloody bastard does? He hurls his axe into the stands and lops a punter's arm clean off. Bloody oh! Most of the crowd loves the drama, hollering like it's a 2-up win. Me? I'm thinking, you're rooting now, mate. Sure enough, the stage crew throw an ankle noose on the blunt and yank him under the arena, gone faster than a dodgy chit. Well, that cluster's popping off like a Gripper's Arvo. Kael, our missing mate, is back at the Red Bazaar, playing quartermaster for our jungle trek. Some merchants banging on about insects and diseases, so Kael, sharp as a tack, grabs a blowy kit. Crom finally tracks them down, and they notice the bazaar's half empty. Everyone's pissed off to the arena for the bloodbath. Back in the fight, that beefy rhino lizard's a prick to handle, fucking like a misfired charge. It chucks me off and charges Calva. Well, shit was fun while she lasted. I'll have a go with my knife and jam a splintered stick in its eye. Down it goes, crowd roaring. Calva and I get hauled off stage to face the dino owner. Some pommy-ass drongo spewing about his precious beasts. So I spin a yarn convincing the mug we're entertainment for hire. Just a mix-up. Works like a charm. Just as we're about to bugger off, I turn around and fuck me sideways, the arena gate's closing us out. But I cop a squiz at what's next on the program. They're rolling out some new monstrosity. Mad as a cut snake and big as a tank. Turns out, that's when Crom and Kael reckon they'll just rock up, grabbing seats like they're here for a picnic. Right fucking snafu, mate. Now, where's that Billy? Me throat's drier than a grunt's wit after this bullshit.
Once again, an excellent performance.
Nicely done.
Good job.
So I can't do any extra logistics in the background while you're doing that because I actually have to listen. It's
You
that
have
good.
to listen. It's just
Mm.
you'll get bored of it eventually, I promise.
I don't know. The description of like a fuckwit.
A numpty fuckwit.
Or
Thank
they
you very
use
much.
a numpty
Numpty
fuckwit,
fucks.
which no one outside the Isles or down under knows what that means normally.
I mean, the most accurate of descriptions I have ever heard.
Thistle
As his
decided
homework
he
on his
couldn't see,
character.
and there's action, and I want to be part of it. See, I'm really worried that Crom is going to do the same thing, except it's an Allosaurus this time.
Maybe he wants to be friends. Yeah.
Right, well,
Okay,
I'm in the wings
so-
with Calva. Thistle's just been really... Also, you'll notice that Thistle's side quest was not included in that, because that will be relevant next week.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on Dragon Ball... Anyway, moving on. Continue with our thing. So, yes, we're in the wing. Calva and I are standing there. Kael and Crom have found gotten some popcorn and found some seeds.
Yes,
Thistle's
indeed.
on his way
So,
being escorted to us.
We're going to
Yes.
start with Kael and Crom, as they took a bit of a backseat to last session.
Yes,
So
they
you
were so
guys have
patient.
found your seats, and the crowd is excited as some large bipedal lizards have entered the arena. Oz, I'm going to put you a little on the spot here and see if I can get you to add a little extra flair,
Alrighty.
as this seems to be your area of expertise. On one end of the arena has entered an Allosaurus. On the other end of the arena, 2 Nanuksauruses have entered. Would you
Gotta look this
care
up.
to lend me your...
I will. I will fill this in. So I will describe very visually detailed what Crom and Kael. I just have to look up what a Nanoxaur.
Okay, while Oz is double checking that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's,
So
it's a
I'm going to
Tyrannosaurus.
also let you know Calva and Crom, as the announcers are explaining what's going on there, you notice there's a number of young Chalton children, rather disheveled, urchins you might call them, running around exchanging gold for small clay tablets. And
up and down in the crowd?
Sorry,
Yeah.
say again.
Like they're
Calva?
running up and down the stands, like
Yeah,
that?
they're running through the stands. They're exchanging. Yeah, and they're running. They're going to different patrons who are holding up purses, and they're exchanging gold pieces for these small clay tablets with presumably some writing on them.
So for the purposes of coloring this in, Crom and Kael, where have you decided to seat yourself?
That's a good question. Kael, where would we normally sit? I would probably sit closer to, perhaps not up so much the steps. That would be vertically a challenge. I'm half a horseman, not a billy goat.
Well, so I guess I would say that with that in mind, would we be like maybe at one of the
Boxes? No, we would.
one of the paths that go all the way around that you would like walk along to get over to your seat and then go down? Maybe we're just standing behind the seats on one of these open pathways so that Crom doesn't have to navigate the stairs.
Hanging out in the concrete.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that
All
sounds
right.
about right.
You look down. The crowd is absolutely roaring. They're losing their minds as you heard on the way over. There was these waves of cheers from the recap you out. Crom and Kael,
Mhm.
not quite sure what the action is. So out of one side, you see this large, kind of reptilian-looking dinosaur crash out. It's a very dark color, almost like a black from head to tail, probably about 40 feet long, standing at about 12 feet tall at the shoulder, or at the hip rather. And it comes out. It's got this red sort of line running from its eye all the way down, sort of like a pinstripe that runs the full length of it. And it's got these wee little beady eyes. They can't really see. It seems very slender and very agile. And it just comes out, and it's absolutely losing its mind as you see these sharp teeth. And it has this very narrow, not quite like crocodile, but almost like a bird-like quality, the way it moves and sort of jumps out onto the sand. And just as it comes out of a separate gate, it opens up, and you see this another carnivore about the same size, but this one's a little heavier set. It's got this sort of white fluff all over it. It's just the sort of like a fluffy, feathery kind of down, but they don't look like feathers like anything you recognize. Certainly, Kael would identify them as feathers, but not really. But its face is not covered in these feathers. It's got this once again this black, almost like leathery, again this sort of bird-like quality. Except this one has a much wider set head, and the head looks almost too big for the body, as this one is Tyrannosaur. And it comes out. Both animals are roughly the same size, and the first one is definitely a lot louder and has a piercing roar that the crowd can barely match. The second one, on the other hand, has more of like this low grunting, sort of echoing sound, almost like a bark if it was like tuned way down, and the crowd's just lapping it up. That's I think it's just the two, right? Right, Alex? Is just the two of them on the stand?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
An Allosaur and a small Tyrannosaur, a medium-sized Tyrannosaur.
Okay.
Now
Excellent. Yeah, when you have a
Nanosaurus, that's a new
dinosaur
one.
expert in the party and you need to describe some dinosaurs.
Yep.
Why should I waste that resource?
Bruce, on the other hand, doesn't know anything about dinosaurs. Don't ask Bruce. Ask Oz.
Yeah.
No.
Other than they're really cool lizards.
Yes. They're interesting
They're like-
toys.
They're like bongo, but not as cool as bongo.
They will eat your dingo.
Bongo will get cool. It'll happen. Anyway, yeah, so that's what you're seeing. So go ahead. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Taking
Kael.
the DM. Sorry, go back to Alex.
Crom-
I'm like,
Yeah, so Crom looks forward, bewildered because he's never seen something so outlandish as this feathery, large reptilian thing. Turns to Kael and goes, "This is the most fucked up chicken I've ever seen."
got tiny little stupid arms too that look useless with two little fingers on them.
They've got these tiny little two fingers that are totally useless. Ah.
Kael laughs and agrees with Crom. I have never seen anything like that in my before.
Like, what did they do? What did they feed that fucking thing? It's huge.
Kael, how do you feel about Crom's somewhat derogatory reference to chickens?
Probably for reference to horse.
Ah.
It's not something I ever thought of because I never thought that would come up. I would say that I was going to say I would say that Kael does not view himself as a chicken or chicken-like, so isn't really offended at all by the comment.
Fair enough. Chickens are sufficiently inferior avian creatures.
Yes.
It'll take some other racist calls Kael a bird.
I'm not there yet. I'll get there, but I'm not there yet.
Bruce is close. Already called you. He's already called Crom a horse, and he's called Calva a rock.
The party is murdered by the rampaging monk.
I will say the Allosaur looks much more, even though both dinosaurs are the same size, the Allosaur looks much more well equipped in the arm department with these rather large sickle-like thumb claws. Got some pretty damaging appendages opposed to the Tyrannosaur.
Whereas the other one just looks like a fluffy white boy.
It's a lot bigger. It's chunkier though. He's a chunky boy. That
Yeah.
one.
He's a chunky fluffy boy.
Yes.
I think Kael would try to get someone's attention and ask what's going on.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Yes. Cousins of the man bear pig.
22. Yeah, you simply turn to a nearby spectator and inquire about the show. He explains, "Can't you see? It's a dinosaur fight." There are you can bet on the outcome if you get a hold of if you get the attention of one of the urchins running around.
I've never seen a spectacle like this before. Is this the first event, or have we missed some of the show?
This is the main event, but there was a excellent pre-show, quite the fight amongst with a terror bird and a styracosaurus. They really put it to those little guys. One of them was an especially little guy, but was he intense. He jumped into the arena from the crowd.
Wait, that sounds familiar. That recklessness. How small was this little guy, and how much of a hipster did he look like?
Give me. I'll do a roll for how much.
I'm muting myself because I'm laughing so much.
He kind of describes what you believe to be a halfling. The description isn't very very well fleshed out. He was on the other end of the arena. Didn't get a really good look at him, other than but he thought it was odd that there was a bit of a green glow just before he disappeared.
Green glow. Kael, what do you make of the green glow?
Not sure. He did recently come into some very colorful hair, so maybe this is something new that he does. If it is, in fact, our friend.
Yes, it's probably a little chaos angel.
Insight check.
Just as you're having this conversation, go ahead, do the insight. Just as you're having this conversation, that the crowd kind of blows. You hear it come from down there, and you see the allosaur very nimbly kind of dart across the sand and take a snap at the Nanoxaurus's neck. But it just misses as the Nanoxaurus raises one of its feet and just like kicks the allosaur down. Clearly, even though once again, even though they're relatively the same size, the Nanoxaurus definitely has a lot more power in the leg department, a little more weight behind it. It kicks the allosaur and it sort of falls over and starts scratching its legs around and kicking up a big cloud of dust. The crowd goes wild.
Whoa.
Oz, I will get you to keep that up, but I'll cue you in for it.
Okay. I was waiting for a check or some kind of pause to do it.
Yeah. I like that. I will have you continue with that, and I will cue you for it as we go on. Sorry, Kael. So that insight check, although you haven't seen any of the magic that seems to have imbued Thistle yet, you're able to draw conclusions that a green glow and Thistle's new hair and the incident with the grung and everything that's going on, you've got a pretty good idea that this was Thistle involved, and this new magic is likely attributed to him. You weren't going to know much of that, but you rolled really good, so this is a better change from last session. So yeah, what would you like to do with that information?
Kael.
Air into the middle difference.
Yeah. Kael's probably muted himself accidentally.
I'm just waiting for like a very loud, long sigh.
Yeah. Okay. I did mute myself. Sorry. I was coughing and I put myself on mute. Okay. So with that information, I would like to ask the patron that we're talking to. So what happened to this little fella after the last match was over, and was he by any chance with two other individuals? And I will roughly describe Bruce and Calva.
Okay, give me a persuasion check. Okay. Yeah, he does mention that there were two other individuals in the fight that roughly match that description, but he's pretty and they the three of them did seem to come out on top in the fight, but they were ushered out of the arena quite quickly.
Thank you very much for the information. It sounds like our friends got themselves potentially into a little trouble, or just having a good time. Do you think we should go find them, or stay and watch the show?
As captivating as watching that dinosaur eat that chicken, I think we should find our friends.
I agree. Maybe one of the
temporarily. I'm going to cut you off for a second. We're going to cut back to Oz really quick. Let's give another scene description. Advantage Allosaur.
Okay, yes, because the Allosaur got kicked down. So the Nanosaurus sort of kicked it over, and as it scratched around, it finally gets back on its seat. But with nimbleness and, of course, making use of those longer forearms that it has, it manages to reach right out and cut a big swath right across those massive, like, finger claws. Just rip a big gash across the side of the Nanosaurus. You see fresh red begin to spread around the white proto-feathers. And these streaks, these three large gashes right above the shoulder, like right in the shoulder of Nanosaurus. And it kind of goes down and kind of backs off a little bit. The Allosaur now clearly dominating a little bit. The Allosaur stands up, and once again, even though at the hip they stand about the same height, the Allosaur seems to have a much better way of making itself look bigger. And it begins to kind of right itself up and brings its arms sort of up to make itself much more imposing. And you see the Nanosaurus almost kind of cower just a little bit. It looks like it's ready to strike, but it's seeing.
Okay, and back to Kael and Crom. How are you guys going to try and find your friends?
I just immediately start shouting, "Little man, where did you go? Ah, come out!"
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
With advantage.
It just starts yelling randomly into the air.
9. Okay. Oh, one more because it's with advantage.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
15. Okay. You call out quite loudly. You are able to drown out some of the announcers nearby, but more or less your voice is lost in the cheering.
Hey, Kael.
Yeah.
You got any ideas?
Maybe we could ask one of the ticket takers where they might take the participants after an event is over.
Sounds good. Let's go find one.
Okay. So you'd like to go find a ticket taker and see if you can get some information from them. Okay, give me an investigation check.
Since we're both looking, do I get advantage?
Sure.
Or Crom rolled, so I'll roll. Do you want me to roll separately or take Crom?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. We'll call. Yeah, you'll each roll, and then we'll take whichever's higher and call that an advantage.
I'm not very good at investigating.
We are equally good at investigating.
15 beats an 8.
Woo.
15 beats an 8 quite a bit.
Oh, I thought we
Actually, a plus 4
Sorry.
versus a -1. Although you rolled really close, but once you add your modifiers. Anyway, you make your way out to the area where the people were taking money for tickets. You find one straggler, although most of them have moved into the arena as the crowd is mostly finished buying tickets and moved into the show. And you approach him. What would you like to ask him?
Hello, sir. It looks like some of our friends may have participated in the last event, and we were looking to catch up with them. Do you know where we might find them?
The ticket taker looks a little annoyed and seems to be in a hurry to go somewhere. Give me a persuasion check. succeed. Yeah, he tells you that he's not sure, but the office of the game master is at the north end of the arena.
I will look up a Crom. So to the sorry, what was it? The game masters?
Yes, the
Yes.
game master.
To think we should go check with the game master?
Let's go there.
So as you go to look for the game master, I'm going to smash cut over to Calva and Thistle and Bruce, who have just recently exited the north end of the arena through the same entrance that you had initially gone in. And yeah, what are you guys up to?
Right, that was a
So,
right ripper fight there.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I mean, it was crazy. It was also very unsatisfying.
Yeah, where did you go, mate? Where'd you go? You just disappeared.
Now, if you can refresh my memory as a player, not as a character, but as a player, what exactly did they tell me last time?
They don't.
So there was a.
Was it just a warning about not doing this, or was it more useful information?
I do believe it was the Beastmaster was telling you off for injuring their dinosaurs so badly.
Okay.
And then a wealthier individual came by and told the Beastmaster to let you go.
Okay. So back to character. Just say, look, I got pulled in under. Looks like they pull their people under. These dinosaurs or whatever the hell they are. Quite frankly, they are very fun punching bags, and I want to keep fighting them. But they said something about them being very expensive. I don't
imagine
see how
so.
they're expensive. Why? Prisoners are free.
I reckon they're probably a pretty penny if you get the special ones that are good at fighting. But that explains why they're not so well taken care of. Just got to keep them in working condition, but not necessarily happy. I had a little chin wag with the bloke that owns them. Told him to maybe take better care of them. You know, maybe they might be a little easier to handle and a little more up for putting on a show.
I really, really want to punch one now.
Well, apparently they might not look at that one. They might not quite be as great of a spectacle, but it seems like they're all over the island. Go into the jungle, chance to punch something.
You see, like this almost crazed smile kind of curl over Thistle's face, like you're opening a gate that you're not really ready to open yet.
Oh, Bruce sees the absolute smug grin that comes over here, this big shit-eating grin, and Bruce is like, "There's the little ankle bite of that."
But
Boy, bloody hell, you give him a treat and just watch him go for days.
like a wind-up toy.
I say that to Calva. I just like aside to Calva. Dangle a bloody bloody carrot in front of his face, and he's happy as a pig in shit, mate.
Well, it looks like the others got lost from us, so I guess we have to save them.
Well, wasn't Crom going to look for Kael? He was still back at the bazaar, wasn't he?
Yeah, that sounds plausible.
Maybe we should head there.
Sounds like a plan.
It's so
As a
annoying for Alex.
segue-
Is like this is in character is what we would. Let's
Okay,
keep the party
so
split.
you
and do
guys
Scooby Doo
start-
doors for the next little bit.
As we start walking to go look for him, I'm gonna message Bob and just say, "Hey, we're gonna start heading to the bazaar. Head that way as well, and just keep an eye out for Crom and Kael."
Okay.
Bruce says nothing
First
because
off,
Bruce forgot about
his
Bob.
name's Jim, not Bob.
Oh shit!
We mentioned Jim several times.
I
Come on,
know.
Spencer.
It's just
To
so
be fair, Spencer used
ingrained.
Bob for a really long time.
I try.
I'm
Okay,
trying.
as
I
a
swear.
segue, before we cut back to Kael and Crom, as they are still in the arena and still in view of the fight that's going on, Oz, why don't you give us another little description? Slightly shorter this time.
Yep.
Allosaurus advantage again.
Right. Taking advantage of the Nanosaurus cowering stance, the Allosaurus is beginning to circle it, kicking up a bit of a cloud of dust. And you see it sort of jump in at this thing, this again 40-foot creature sort of jump in and take a big bite at its neck and pin it right to the ground with its jaws around its neck. Not sure how this is going to turn out, but it looks like that big black angry lizard.
Okay. Kael and Crom, as you make your way through the crowd and get to the north end of the arena, you spot a rather ornate door with a couple of large guards either side of it, with a sign above it that says Master of Games.
There
Heaven
we
forbid,
have
you
it.
actually
Let's
found the
head
thing
on
you were
in.
looking for.
Yes, let's get in. Ah,
I was letting Crom finish. I knock on the door.
As you approach, the guard on the left kind of takes a step towards you, and he says, "Halt! What business do you have with the Master of Games?" The other guard seems to grip his weapon tightly.
we're here to see our friend. We heard he fought in the arena.
The guard exclaims that the Master of Games is incredibly busy. And
Well, you tell him to stop being busy. We want to see our friend. Ah.
Give me a let's call it persuasion check. Lost the tab. Persuasion 12. He interrupts your interruption, and the other guard takes a step forward, half drawing his sword. Upset by your outburst, the guards are insisting you move along.
Kael's going to put his hands up in the air and say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! We're not looking for trouble. We're just looking for our friends. Apparently, they competed in the last event. We would just like to know where they would have been sent after the event is over. If you could give us that information, we would not need to bother the game master at all."
At all.
Give me Kael, give me a persuasion check this time. At advantage. That was a good argument.
I think I had advantages.
14. He tells you that the competitors' quarters are at the south end of the arena. There's a large cage door and a registration desk nearby.
Is there an exterior exit from that area?
He explains that the competitors normally come through a side door on the southern side of the arena.
Well, Let's go there then.
I think we should head to the exterior door. Something tells me that if they got ushered out quickly, they may have been completely ushered out.
That's a smart idea. Let's go, Birdman. Ah.
Okay, so you're going to make your way to the exterior of the arena at the south end?
Yes, heading towards the south end.
Okay. Okay, as you guys start to make your way there, we will cut back to Kael. Too many C's. Bruce, Thistle, and Calva. I want to say Kael, Crom, and Calva all together.
You just say the other group. We're only in two, we're only splitting two right now.
Except Kael starts with a K.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crom doesn't
You know
though.
what I
Crom's
mean.
with you, and he starts the C.
Anyway, so yeah, we cut back to our other group. You guys said you were making your way back to the Red Bazaar.
I believe. Yep, we are going to attempt to go through the corridor that we came in. Guard here, do you say?
Yeah, well, yeah, you exited the building, the same so the arena fully same way you guys
All right,
came in.
we are outside. Yeah.
So yeah, which direction are you gonna go from there?
I suppose. Well, I'll leave it to you guys. Yeah, because we're kind of looking. So we will just head down this.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys start to
Where
make your way
Greg has
over
very
there.
helpfully marked a big giant X with the word objective, main objective.
Okay, let's do again since Crom and Kael are still in the arena for now, making their way around, and they can still see what's going on. I'll come back to Oz for what will be, yes, the
big
final advantage of the Allosaurus winning the fight.
With lots of struggle. I'm changing the microphone. Although the Nanoxaurus puts up a great struggle, it's thrashing and slashing, but even with its big weight, once it's pinned, the clearly more athletic Allosaur just has it right to the ground. Sort of its hands on either side of its neck and its jaws right around the neck. The Allosaur makes one very swift motion as it places one of its large legs right at the base of the Nanoxaurus's neck, and the Allosaur, with one quick motion, just jerks its head, and you suddenly just hear a yelp, and almost like a barking yelp noise, and then a pool of blood begins to form in the sand, and the crowd just loses their minds. Allosaur sort of stands up and lets out a triumphant.
Okay, excellent. So yeah, Kael and Crom, you make your way to the exterior south end of the arena over here. You find a couple of stronger looking individuals kind of milling about near a much more subtle exterior door.
Hello there. Have you seen our friend?
One of the burly guys looks to you rather confused, looks you up and down, now sees that you're a rather large individual as well.
I lift
And
weights.
with a little bit more politeness than maybe he originally intended. Explains, I'm sorry, my friend, but you're going to have to be a little more specific than that.
A little man and a very interesting human.
There's three of us.
And a slightly
dwarf.
taller little man. Yeah, dwarf.
And a dwarf. And a
And a
dwarf.
rock.
Yes. And a rock.
Poor
And a
Calva,
dwarf.
everyone forgets about him.
Oh.
He doesn't talk much.
Yes. Human, dwarf, whatever Thistle is.
That's what
Whatever.
Crom says.
I-
Whatever Thistle.
That's a very accurate description.
The real
Kael, do
little
you
one was
carry-
probably talking a lot, and he's a halfling.
Yes, he talks a lot. But I don't know if he's a halfling. I think he's a bit, but he's taller than a halfling, smaller than a halfling. I'm not sure, but yes, green.
Pan
Where is he?
Thistle sneezing, going. I think someone just called me a halfling. I think I have a rage building. Why am I bleeding?
My furry feet are burning. Someone's talking.
Meanwhile, back to Crom. It's like our friends don't want to be found. Ah!
Yeah, unfortunately, Crom, the burly individual, has a little bit of a glassy look to his eyes and drools a little bit apparently. And he just kind of shrugs and doesn't really seem to comprehend what you're asking much because he rolled a nat 1 on his insight check.
Oh. Kael, I don't think that's going to help us very much.
So you haven't seen three people who competed in the last event. One of them is short, carrying a gigantic axe with colorful hair.
Another nearby burly individual.
The guys. Yeah, no idea.
Another burly individual overhearing your conversation. He says, "Don't mind my friend here. He's taking a few too many blows to the head." It sounds
resemble
like
that
your
woman.
friends may have been that group of ne'er-do-wells that interrupted the last fight. I
that sounds
imagine
seriously
the
accurate.
game master would have got rid of them quite quickly.
Describe what got rid of air quote means.
Give me another persuasion check.
Crom goes running back in, charges right into the game master's office, and smashes him with it.
22. Clutch that 20. So, he says, they didn't come out this way, so the only other route they would have been ushered out of the arena catacombs would have been through the northern door, an exterior entrance, much like this one. It's not usually used, but if they didn't come out this way, that's really the only other way they could have gone.
Is this a big catacomb, or am I gonna have to duck?
Well, it's kind of tight down there, but that's where all the inner workings under the arena take place. You certainly won't be authorized to enter there.
Crom, I have an idea.
I'm listening, Kael.
Kael
My
is
blood
just going
pressure is not good.
Kael is just going to start flapping his wings and fly up and start looking around the arena area and out down towards the south where the market is and around to see if I can spot our friends.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so we will cut away. The fight is over and you're out of the arena, so there's no need to Oz. Thank you for your wonderful renditions of the fight between the dinosaurs. Calva, how about we get a perception check from Jim?
Okay. Crap, I don't have his stat sheet up. 1 sec.
Not that I can use them
Useful to
until our
have.
next long.
Okay. Perception, you said that's wisdom?
I believe so. Yeah, it should be.
Perception is wisdom.
Okay. 20.
20.
Non-net.
Anyway, it's good. It's definitely good enough. Jim sees a familiar-looking blue bird-like person flying up above the arena.
Perfect. Jim's gonna fly on over and get out of invisibility and give him the lowdown on whereabouts we are and where we're headed.
Holy shit, Jim, where did you come from?
Frightened you fall.
Quick question: does Jim speak Common, or does he only speak Infernal?
He speaks Common and Infernal.
Okay, fair enough.
Oops, sorry. I was
just
doing
thought it'd be
abyssal.
funny if Jim didn't speak Common, and and if Kael didn't speak Infernal.
That's very interesting, Jim. Try again.
What is it, Jim? Did Thistle fall down a well? No, Crom's the one who falls into rain controls.
I haven't
Okay.
come up with the gibberish for Infernal yet.
Jim, let's go down to the ground, get Crom, and you show us the way to Calva.
Sounds good.
My loose understanding of some connection between Jim and Calva. Mine being Kael's.
And Spencer, obviously, you can directly communicate with
Yeah.
Jim, so you'd be aware that he found.
Yeah.
So.
Tell him we're headed down the steps down to the Red Bazaar, and tell him to come meet us there.
Okay. The rest of you, how do you react? Well, I guess Calva hasn't informed the rest of the party about this yet.
Oh yeah, I'll quickly mention to them that they've been found and they're on their way here.
Okay. What do you guys want to do with that information, Thistle or Bruce?
I told you they got lost.
I don't know where we're going. We're just coming down the stairs. This Calva. Hey, we found.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna meet them at the Red Bazaar where we were originally headed for.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
so toward that.
They got lost, and now we did our best to find them. We
That's
found them. We did a good job.
Yes, we did.
We did.
But but Bruce is looking around and realized that the crowd is pretty much gone. What time of day is it?
So yeah, it's been between the two shows. It's been about an hour or so. It's probably around 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon now.
Could I count that time as a short rest?
No, because you guys have been.
You jumped into an arena and threw your axe at someone. Maybe that's a rest for Thistle. I don't know.
It's like cardio, obviously.
Yeah. Plus, you're in a cage being interrogated. It wasn't very restful.
I thought it was an hour of us walking around trying to find our friends.
Yeah. Plus, you tried to fight back against the guards at first when they came in to get you too. Remember?
Really tried to fight. It was they tried to lay hands on me, and that failed.
Anyway, back to looking around as we wander into the bazaar. Oh, this place cleared out faster than a recruit barracks when I'm coming around looking for someone to fill duty.
Yeah, there are a few.
Yeah, it's not quite as
kind of milling about
as it was. There's a few still milling about.
Yeah, they're milling about. They're kind of going about like reorganizing their carts and whatnot, getting ready for their next, maybe getting ready to pack up for the evening.
Should be a little bit easier to find what we're looking for here without such a big crowd.
Okay, let's cut back to Crom. Crom, Kael and an imp have flown down from the sky to you. How do you react?
Who's the imp?
He's with Calva. It's Jim.
Oh.
Sometimes
It's
called
Jim!
Jim.
Hello, my baby. Hello,
Oh.
my honey. Hello.
Oh, hi, Jim. Did you find everybody, Kael?
Yeah, so Jim found me and told me that they're at the market.
Let's go to the market then. Easy peasy.
Okay. So you all managed to meet up at the edge of the market. The party
Thank
is,
God
is
this was
back
not a
together
3-hour
once again.
episode of us trying to find each other.
I saw
I
your
wasn't just gonna
chat
hand
there.
it to you, but like I also wasn't gonna force the Scooby Doo moment. Either. I'm like, they'll figure something out. Some
We managed
express
to get
way
the party back
find each
together in less than an hour. Good job, boys.
other. Okay, what did we learn about splitting the party?
Cue music.
That is awesome.
Do it early, do it often.
Do it early, do it often.
With no plans to
Who
meet up
invited this
anywhere
guy?
or communicate lines of communication. So you're back in the Red Bazaar. It is nowhere near as bustling as before, as I said. And what would you guys like to do here?
Does Crom, is he in eyesight of Thistle?
Yes. You're
Crom very calmly
all
clip
together in
flops
your
up
room.
to Thistle. Looks down at Thistle and goes, "Little man, where the hell have you been?"
Hold it. You get lost and you call me the problem?
I didn't get lost. I've been trying to find everybody. I tried to find Kael. I spent hours finding Kael. I go back to the arena. Nobody's there. And I find Kael. I bring it back to the arena. There's nobody else. No dwarf. No strange, interesting human man. No you. And then we find out you were in the arena. You're fighting in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
It's dangerous.
It's fun.
All right, mates. Mates, we can blue up later.
Chickens.
We can blue, but before you
Giant
start bluing each
chickens.
other all over the ground, don't we have a mission that we're all supposed to be doing together?
The desert pit was fun.
Well, it can be
Blankly
fun.
looks up and goes, "What are we doing now?"
I don't
Yeah,
actually remember.
so
Yeah.
while you guys were off having fun in the arena, I was able to procure us some supplies and some information for our travels into the jungle.
Oh,
Oh, yes. Yes, that's right. In case we see predators. Ah.
right.
And
good
I
on you,
will
mate.
hand it.
Thanks for.
I'll hand out. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, that's okay. I'm just talking over you as Bruce would say. Right, good on you, mate.
So I'll hand out the. I got enough potions for everyone to have 2. The insect repellent. So I will hand out 2 to everyone. And I will also mention that I have an extra healing potion.
All right, I didn't think about the bloody blowies. Right, that's good. Keep them off you.
Yes, and the merchant was also very kind to tell me that if we go to the taverns, there are guides who sell their services, and they may be able to provide us with some information about what we will encounter in the jungle.
Oh. Right, so what sort of things are lying in wait out there? Sure, we got more of those dinos.
This one will look up at Crom and say, "See, when he gets lost, he was useful. Some people." Okay, lead the way.
I'll chime in and say, for the record, we weren't just having fun in the arena. We were grabbing valuable intel on how to fight possible threats in the jungle.
It was really fun.
I was trying to make friends with the entire city.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I
think a
also
whole
ate
city
more
has
than
your
you,
friends is
Crom.
pretty useful.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
I also ate more than you. Ah.
Oh, you
course you
blokes
did.
still doing your peg measuring contest is gonna be taking days at this.
Don't know
Well,
where you
he-
fit it all.
I don't know. How come you can't eat as much as me if you have 4 stomachs?
It's a very good question because Centaur can eat a lot of food, a lot of meat and oats all the time.
Uh-huh. But I ate more than you. Does that make you a real centaur? Or is that a faux centaur?
Or maybe it makes you a two-legged centaur. Ah.
Ah.
Just for the record, there, mate, I'm not gonna be shelling out for your tucker anymore.
See, to fix that, you just gotta buy oats. They're very cheap, and you can stuff them in your face whenever your tongue decides to eat itself. Ah.
It's true. They do
Protein.
expand.
Protein. All right. So almost seeing as Thistle's putting together what the plan would look like. It's like, so to get this straight, we're going to go talk to a person that knows a thing that will help us sort where we go in the jungle and then do the thing in the jungle because we have to beat somebody up in the jungle for money.
And hopefully there'll be nobody hunting us there.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. Say this bloke's got money out. I mean, I was prepared to go out there. Thanks to Kael here, we're head.
And thank you, Kael.
Might start calling you Doc.
My pleasure.
Okay,
Kael,
so
go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Kel. I was
I
just
was
gonna
just-
ask, like, you guys want to actually what do you want to do?
I was just going to bow to Bruce. As a
Out
thank
of
you.
character, I apologize. I have totally actually. I don't know. I'm
Oh.
hoping. I have no idea what we're
there's a-
supposed to be doing. So
we're supposed to go. There's someone in the jungle who owes money because we ran into someone who wants us to go collect their they have
oh right,
casino
Taban.
winnings.
Okay, yeah. So Taban is because he owes what's her name now
Yeah,
whatever her name was, yeah, owes her 500 gold.
and we hope that we can try to find more information to also maybe there's other people who owe money that we can hopefully solve that problem for.
Yes.
I will also. Kael will remind the crew as the. Or are we talking in character, or are we?
Well,
were you guys
Have it-
chatting?
We have to
character.
figure it out first. I just
Yeah, it's
a
up to you.
correction. So I think I remember that we were told that the gambling district was the place to check for Taban, and that's up in the north, not out in the jungle.
Yes, we were supposed to go out in the jungle and find the Soulmonger.
Oh,
That is our mission.
This could be in
from
character actually.
Cinder
It's like, yeah,
Sylvain.
this- gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Cinder Sylvain gave us the mission to go find the Soulmonger, which is causing the undead to run rampant and be more powerful, and anyone who has received the blessing of revivification are now starting to deteriorate health-wise.
Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about
right,
that.
right.
I just saw a chance at making more coin, digging up doing debt collect. But we were sent here on
Right.
Soulmonger.
Bruce, that's you.
I
You're
know.
going to die again.
I just fought a dinosaur, mate. I'm a little distracted. That's a high like I haven't felt in fucking years, mate.
Oh, that was Tuesday.
Just as a
Did you not see me?
reminder,
I was
been
riding
a
a
little while.
dinosaur.
I will correct some of the quest information that you do definitely have and ought to be known amongst the party. So
Yes.
yeah, Kalau was the bookie who hired you to find Taban.
Yes.
who hasn't paid his gambling debt. She wasn't able to give you any leads as to specifically where he was, but that's her office is up near the Executioner's Run in the northwest of the city.
Well, that's where
Is
her
where she
office
runs her
was.
primary
Okay.
business. So that's where you can find her when you collect the debt.
Thank you for that clarification. I thought the gambling.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
the main story quest is somewhere in the jungle is this soul mine you need to find and destroy.
I think the red X with objective was where she said we could possibly find the guy with the gambling debt, if I remember right.
I think
Or
it
we
was just
X.
marked as Red X because that's where you guys were advised the taverns and inns.
Yeah, that was marked. Thistle theoretically marked that because Thistle wanted to eat.
Yeah, when you guys, that too.
Yes.
Wasn't
then
there a like a casino area or something like that? A gambling you said called it
I
gambling
thought there
district.
was,
Wasn't there
but
a
I don't know.
casino or something where that purple circle is on the map to the northeast?
Oh yeah, so that's where the Executioner's Run is. That little trench in the middle of the street. That's the Executioner's Run where you can find Kael.
Kalal or
Yeah,
Tavan?
the woman. No, Kalau.
No,
That's
Kael,
the woman who gave us.
the woman that hired you.
So she didn't give us any suggestions on where we might find.
No, that's your job is to find him.
Okay.
She
If
doesn't
she
know.
knew where
He's
to
been
find him,
ducking
she
her,
would
right?
send her own thugs after. Yeah. Yeah, her own thugs has been unsuccessful at finding him. So
Well, everybody whirls on that one every now and then.
yeah.
I feel somehow that's a dig.
But hey, listen, I've rolled a few myself.
Anyway, so
Not
yeah,
nearly
I guess
as many as you, but
have we decided to just go in? Saying that in character.
I mean,
so are we ready to head out into the bush?
there is one more thing I would like to do, if I can. Now, I understand you may not understand or want to do this, but I think it might help us in the long run. Okay?
Out with it.
Don't say no right away. Okay?
All right, you got my full attention, mate.
I hold up my axe and go, I'd like to change this to something else. I want to see if there's a weaponsmith in town. Maybe change because we have someone who already has a big axe. I don't know how many undead you have fought. I haven't fought too much undead, but I know varying ways to hurt them, including stabby and crushy. We have two stabby. I want a crushy.
I got the stabby covered.
Yes, but
Oh,
I want a crushy.
You want a crushy? I think that's fair go. All right, I could check to see if we got a new boomer as well. I could use a new one of those. All right, let's go find ourselves a weaponsmith. What do you blokes think? Kael, Crom, other guy.
I'm going to. Are we standing next to a merchant stand or anything that's open?
Not directly next to him. There's a couple of merchants that are still milling about. There's definitely a lot. There's probably one out of every 5 stands is occupied, and the rest are all closed up for the evening.
All right. Kael's gonna pipe up and say, before we go wandering off looking for a weaponsmith, maybe we should just ask the merchants around here where we could find a weaponsmith.
Yeah, well, I was going to suggest that too because I think anything here is probably going to be marked up. We're going to find something a little more local. Although, take what answers you get with a grain of salt, mate, because they might be trying to redirect you to their own wares. So, we we want to find the best price or the best quality, we might have to ask a more local, less interested party, if you know.
Agreed.
Yep. Agreed.
So yeah, we can go and ask a shop, like a vendor. So yeah, do we look around? We look around. Do we see anybody who seems to tools?
Oh, you, my sweet summer child. Thistle goes up to the first vendor
Oh,
he
God.
sees.
I forgot Thistle just does shit.
Hi, you look like you sell stuff. I need help.
The vendor turns and looks down towards you and says, "Sure, little one. What can I help you with?"
What do you sell?
Well, I sell fruit mostly.
I'm looking for something very, very particular. I'm looking kind of for a weaponsmith of sorts, or the blacksmithing department. I say department very intentionally.
He explains most of the luxury item and weapon vendors are located at the Grand Souk. There you will find a variety of higher end items and
All right.
less perishables.
And where is this Grand Souk?
He explains that the Grand Souk is just to, it's a little ways north, almost near the northwest gate. And he gives you directions that roughly translate to this location here.
Okay. What kind of
Pass
what
on the
kind
way
of
down.
what kind of fruit does he have on hand?
He has a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables. A lot of it looks rather foreign to you. It seems to be it's more tropical nature. Likely comes from the local area and nearby jungle.
Thistle will look around and go, "Do you have any rhubarb?"
The merchant looks rather puzzled and explains that he's not familiar with this fruit.
Oh, rhubarb is amazing. It's like a weed that grows. You can't kill it even if you try. When you do kill it, it grows right back. It's delicious. It goes great in pies. It'd be a big hit. If you can get your hand on that, that'd be a boon. You would be the only one in this area who had it, and I mean, like, you could make the best pies. Mix it with some strawberries. Huh? I don't see any strawberries either. You should get those too.
He appreciates your advice and offers you a small pear-shaped fruit that appears to be slightly blue.
I take it with big white eyes and I thank you, and they start to eat it.
The fruit is quite sweet and dribbles down your chin a little bit.
Wow.
Kael would like to take note of the fruits that are around the stand and ask the merchant if he gets these fruits from the island. Locally sourced.
He explains that most of his fruits are foraged from the nearby jungle. He has a number of foragers who bring him goods from the local area, and he purchases them to sell.
Okay, so my intention here is for Kael to be pay attention to what fruits are available at the stands to know what presumably would be safe to eat in the jungle.
Okay.
And then he'll ask, are there any fruits in the jungle that you're aware of that one should avoid eating?
He explains that he doesn't spend much time in the jungle himself. He simply buys his produce from the local foragers who go out and collect it, and they know more about the jungle than him. But as he doesn't deal in inedible fruits, he's not very familiar with them.
Do you know where we might find one of your foragers to, if we had more questions?
He looks slightly perturbed. Give me a persuasion check.
Can I help by not so much saying, but by looking up and going, "This is really good. Thank you so much for this." As I'm trying to pick the seeds out to save them.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll, and I'll just
Okay.
I'll roll on based on the roll.
I rolled a 10.
You rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not quite going to cut it. He's like, sorry, I wouldn't be a very good businessman if I started connecting my customers with my sources. I don't want to be cut out as the middleman.
Right. I've kind of step in here. It's because I see it's going a bit south. Right. Sorry to waste your time, but see, we're just looking to get out of your hair. We appreciate anything you could give us, but truth is, this little guy right here, he's lost his a weapon that's been has meant a lot to him, and he's looking for the best smith that's in the city here to maybe make something that's even comparable to what he had. So anything you could give us would be right helpful there.
He explains that one of the merchant princes, Ikane Afa, she runs the market on weapons, both magical and non-magical, in this city. Her and her vendors exclusively deal in weapons, and therefore seeking her or one of her shops would be preferable if you want to find a weapon.
Well, that's very kind of you. I think we'll be going there, right? Dinky Die there. What do you think, guys? What do you think, you blokes?
I think we should. I think we should.
Yeah, let's head on over.
Thistle will pop up in the fruit stand and say, "I'll take another one of those blue things, please."
He turns to you and he says, "Certainly, but unfortunately, I have to charge you 2 silver for the."
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out 3 silver, looks to Kael and Crom and goes, "Huh?" As he put the hand over 3.
The Groot face with the button. It's like this one.
Hey, help! Stop! Help! Is anyone going to stop him from overpaying?
Kael is giving him a nod of approval.
Is he overpaid?
Yeah, the vendor reaches out and happily takes the 3 silver, appreciative of your generous tip, and hands you 2 fruits.
Oh,
Bruce is gonna nod at the
Yay.
vendor in a very understanding way.
yay! Okay, I thought, and this will rip one in half as cleanly as he can, and hand one to Bruce and one to Kael, and rip one in half and hand one to Crom and one to Calva.
All right.
Hey,
Bruce,
buddy.
Bruce, can I get an insight check from you?
What was the name of that vendor? The weapons vendor?
Ikane Afa.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, correct. Nope. You do not notice what the normal price of the fruit is.
I mean, I'm aware that we just let Thistle overpay, but
yeah,
I was thinking in terms of it's just a kind gesture, like a tip for the vendor And I think Kael was also seeing it as the universe balancing itself out with the vendor getting the good end of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
So we just
Bruce
let it
definitely
happen.
didn't know. Bruce definitely didn't notice the sign that seems to indicate each piece of fruit is a half silver.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. No, all Bruce knows is that he said 2 and Thistle handed him 3.
You know, I made character choices that, as a player, I'm screaming at. Why
Yeah.
am I going to be the poorest player in this campaign? I feel.
Yeah, as far as Thistle's aware, he got 3 fruits
I-
for the price of one.
I've won because I
And,
was such a good kid.
Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah,
get to the
too
point
bad
where
nobody
Thistle's
noticed
not
the
going to have.
sign that he actually paid for 6 fruits.
By the time you have no money, though, Thistle, you're not going to have to pay for anything. You could just straight up take whatever.
Yeah. And then convince everyone else that's a good idea.
I'm the one with
I
the
already-
charisma.
I don't need to convince people. I just need to do what I want.
And we will stand far away.
Mhm.
35 feet is the minimum.
All right.
Okay. As you start to walk away, the vendor does speak up. He says, "If it's the Grand Souk you're headed for, you might want to wait for tomorrow. They will be closing up their shops about now as well."
All right.
What do you mates think?
To the end.
I think we better find ourselves a place to do and a wrestle for a bit.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
I could use a good nap.
Yeah, after that big fight, I could definitely use a rest.
Well, as I say that, I pull another arrow out of my back.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a pincushion right now. I forgot. Thistle's walking around with a whole bunch of arrows sticking up.
Yeah, thistles are usually
Oh.
prickly.
Yeah. I live up to my name.
Mm.
All right. Do we see any inns around here, or how far do we have to walk? Do we ask
Because
the
it was
person?
a
Well, we
couple
can't ask the same
sessions
guy. We
back.
have to ask somebody different.
Oh, no,
it was a
wasn't
couple
there-
of sessions back, but you guys were explicitly recommended by Syndra
Oh yeah.
that the Thundering Lizard and Kaya's House of Repose are both good inns located near the Red Bazaar. She had said the Thundering Lizard is much more active and bustling inn, whereas the House of Repose is better for a good night's sleep.
I reckon we better go to repose just to style.
Yeah, that sounds good. I could definitely use a better night's sleep.
Okay.
Well, let's see if we can find it around here.
Okay. While the party is looking for the House of Repose, we'll take a quick, let's call it a 10-15 minute bio break.
Okay. Thistle's
Right.
just going around randomly asking anyone he sees. Do you know where their House of Repose is? Do you know what House of Repose is?
No, he's just gonna follow Bruce this time.
Oh, nice.
I thought he was in a good mood because he just did a good. Thistle just did a good.
Hey, the Thistle plan works 100% of the time, and when it doesn't work, it's because of someone else.
60% of the time works every.
Alex, I got a question. If this it won't work, that's perfectly fine. Or if it can't be decided right now, that's perfectly fine. But is it possible for me to get like a light armor for Jim and have him wear it, or is that not? Does that not make sense?
Already?
I'm not sure if an imp would be able to put on armor. Like theoretically, you could, get something custom made.
Doesn't Jim
Mhm.
like materialize and dematerialize
He can change forms. It says any equipment it is wearing or carrying isn't transformed. Oh, it reverts to.
Okay, so if he has imp-shaped armor and he turns into a spider,
It
He's a spider
disappeared.
under a giant pile of armor.
yeah. Hopefully, good thing you specified light.
That's what I figured. Yeah, because I know he changes
Yeah.
forms, or he like just like poofs into existence or whatever, so the armor can't.
Yeah,
Well, I think the
unfortunately,
poofing
Jim is
into
not a druid.
existence and out of existence is fine. I think it's just the shape changer that would. But it does specify here any equipment it is wearing.
Yeah, but it says any equipment he's wearing is not.
Yeah, is not transformed.
Yeah, it's not transformed. So,
Hmm.
don't get him an iron chest plate and then have him turn into a spider.
If it was me, I would say that you could deck him out. Like that's what I would do with Bongo. Is I could probably put something on him for a specific mission, but once he's gone, he's gone. Like I have the item, but I would have to take an action to put it on him next.
Yeah.
Summon him.
Yeah, I would.
I'll
agree
think
with
about that. See if I
So,
can
but
figure
yeah,
something out.
I would certainly say it's not outside the realm of possibility. Is there likely a market for imp-shaped sized armor? Probably not. Could it be custom made? Potentially, but it'd probably cost some money.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's something I'll have to think about for
That's okay,
later.
Calva's rich.
Later on.
okay. Yeah, I'll be back in a few.
All right.
To be fair, all the gold I have is not mine. Some of it is Thistle's.
Some
But
of
he
it. Oh,
should
yeah, that's true.
probably.
I don't know why I
forget
got
that
the
it exists.
because you paid 20 gold to Beetle back in Baldur's Gate just to
Yeah.
get information, and I was like, holy crap,
Yeah.
Calva's loaded.
So I did the thing where like I didn't get like a starting kit or something. Instead, I
Yeah.
just took the gold.
Yeah.
And it was like 100 gold or something. Like
Yeah.
it was a lot. And then I
That's
bought my equipment, which costed me I think like 30 gold or something.
okay.
So I had a lot of leftover gold.
I think that's that's kind of a good, especially if we're starting at level 1. That's probably the way to go,
Yeah.
or at least for the one.
I had never done that route before, so I
cool.
didn't know if it was a bad idea or not, like how much the shit was gonna cost, but I guess it ended up pretty good.
Oh,
Is some of your gold technically your patrons too, or is it all yours?
I think the way I'm gonna word it, cause like that starting initial 100 gold, I'll just word it as my patron gave it to me as like a starting amount to
Allowance.
go. Yeah, basically. Because
and then
I was a slave before. It's not like I have a lot of money.
and then I gave you 50 gold to hold on to because
Yeah.
Thistle bad money.
I just like the idea of Thistle like slowly reaching into his bag, pulling out 3 silver, looking around at us, going, is this right? We're all going, yeah, you got it. And he's like, okay.
Jackasses.
Get out into the jungle. Oh, I'm gonna be once we start getting out of the jungle, I'm gonna be starting to roll. And I'm not gonna tell you guys why. I'm just gonna start rolling something.
Is it dinosaurs?
It's not dinosaur related. Bruce has a past that might catch up to me, but it depends what the dice say.
So I'll be honest, I don't go back and re-listen to our broadcast. Are we currently streaming, or is this bio break?
We are currently live, but I cut this out when I re-upload, but I keep the live
Okay.
running. I can put it to a standby screen if you would like. But
Nope. After the game, I want to talk to you and Seb. I have a content idea. but I want you two to buy in first, and then we can build it from there.
Okay.
Hmm.
Discuss.
Very intriguing.
It's an idea. It's not fully formed. Very unlike me to not come with a full solution. But I got thinking. I got thinking about it on my drive home today, because
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I wasn't working in my normal spot, so I had a good hour worth of thinking I could do.
Okay. I will say
Ooh.
your sister's listening. So.
No, she already popped off.
Oh, did she? Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
All right.
She listened to the recap, and then I got a text message going, "Oh my god, that is so perfect."
Well, she chatted in here a couple more times.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, okay, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm all ears.
Peter, were you here when I mentioned the Beast Wars recap or the watch party thing? Talk about that. Never mind, he went for bio. Okay.
Or he muted himself again accidentally.
Oh,
So I'm
Alex, now
back
that you're back.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, now that you're back, I have an announcement to make.
Oh, we're being sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends?
Well, that too, but I got my M1 a little while ago, and I'm going to be a future squid.
Nice. Want to buy my BMW?
Wait, what?
Want to? You
Alex's
got
bike.
your M1 motorcycle license, right?
Yeah, see, she's still here, Greg.
Yeah.
You want to buy my
Anyway, sorry.
You want to buy
continue.
my BMW motorcycle?
I'm looking to buy a Honda. I thought. I'm sorry. I thought you said you were selling your BMW. I'm like,
I am. I'm selling my BMW. Would you like to buy it?
oh my god. What model is it?
It's a 1200 RT P. It was a police motorcycle in BC before I bought it.
1200 RT.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And then you still have your Honda, right?
Oh,
I don't know how confident you are or experienced you are with your motorcycle skills. It might be a little bit big for a first-time rider.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I'm like, that looks like a heavy touring bike.
Yeah,
This one's a little more stripped down because it's not the big touring model. It's the same engine, but it's on a slightly smaller, tighter frame. Because it's
Okay,
made
so
for
there's.
law enforcement. I can send you pictures later if you want.
Wait, Alex, you
Yeah,
still have a
please,
Honda,
yeah.
right?
No, I got a Yamaha as my big red bike,
Oh, right.
and then my the BMW is my
Oh.
police bike.
Oh, hang on. Is it more of an adventure bike?
Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Question. I don't know if anybody knows, but for D&D Beyond, is there a dark mode option?
It's really not dark mode. I have dark-ish mode.
I will play with that right now.
How do you get that? Where I don't see the settings.
Darker mode.
At least this is what it looks like. I just posted it in Roll20. Or sorry,
Oh.
Discord.
I've kind of read one.
I've got dark mode. So I have the actual site is in dark mode, but my character sheet is not.
Yeah, my character sheet's white.
Yeah, mine is too. But if you go to the top to like the menu bar, mine's in dark mode. I think that's probably as good as it.
Like, where is settings on this site?
Yeah, I'm looking for it myself.
I guess the clutch question, Alex, is how much are you willing to sell it for?
I'm hoping to get 10K out of it, but I could let it go for as low as 8.5 for you.
Oh, that's a very generous price. Yeah, because the reason I wanted to get a CB 500 is because of it's like 300 pounds basically. It's very light. And from what I understand too, like for the CB 500, the what is it? The shocks are really good.
Yeah, so this one being the police model, it's got upgraded shocks, upgraded brakes. It's got a law enforcement air horn still on it.
Oh, geez.
And an oversized alternator.
Oh wow.
Obviously, it doesn't have the lights and sirens and police stickers and like such as.
So
Because
what's the
Right.
point?
that would be very illegal.
I fail to see how this is. No, Seb, if you drive a motorcycle, you need sirens. This way, I can vicariously live through you as you play real life Need for Speed.
I'm pretty
I
sure
was
I've
thinking
done
I was thinking GTA like 5.
Yeah, I was gonna go GTA first, but I mean, like, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Yeah. You know
But
what?
yeah,
I'll have a look. Maybe even kind of like a sit down. Just because if it has the exact same feel and it's not too heavy, I'm good for it.
Okay, Spencer.
Yeah.
On your sheet, beside your name where it says Calva, where it says manage, the little button, like the manage button, and then underneath class that will change sheet appearance button.
Ooh. Oh.
Right. Change sheet appearance.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
And then under preferences, under dark mode.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
That's a lot better.
So much better.
Now the other question:
it's called Underdark mode.
Yes.
does Roll20 have that? Oh, it does.
Yeah, my Roll20 is
Ah.
already in dark mode. Oh, look at that. Oh,
Perfect.
Spencer, you're no longer blind. Oh. Fantastic.
Whoever thought up dark mode was a fucking genius.
And then you can
I
change your
tried it-
backdrop under the current decorations, the backdrop one. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's just some dark color.
Is that in? Wait, is this
In the
D&D
same-
Beyond
no,
or
no,
Roll20?
Oh, sorry, D&D Beyond.
Okay.
I changed my backdrop to just pure black. Dark
Yeah,
gray,
I kept mine as the barbarian skin because I mean, like, it looks so cool.
Yeah, I could do mine to Ranger. Rangers, yeah, that's what I'm in.
That is pretty. How much does it weigh, Alex? Do you just off the top of your head?
I believe at ballpark 600-700 pounds.
Man.
I'm gonna say because I was iffy on a my dad's Vulcan. So as much as I really appreciate the drop in price, I think I'll pass. But thank you, man.
Yeah, if I hit that with my car, I'm going to do serious damage to my car.
The dry weight is the dry weight is 500 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I think
so
because I've never driven anything.
The horizontally opposed engine is very low, which gives it a really low center of gravity. So you really don't feel much of that weight.
Oh, interesting.
But like I said, it could still be like the 1200cc might be a little bit big too for a because like this bike does have a good amount to get up and go.
Yeah, like I keep feeling like just intuitively like I'm just going to kill myself on this thing.
That's part of the reason why I'm selling it is because when I'm on it, I'm way too tempted to lane split. I don't, but I'm just too tempted.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
I'm not
it's
using
just
it for the performance riding that I had originally purchased it for. So
okay. Again, it's a very generous offer. I really appreciate it.
Hey, you want a really good offer? I have a CNC 30 boat you could buy. Now, before you say no, because it's not a motorcycle, can you live on your motorcycle? No. Can you live on this boat? Yes.
Also, no.
Oh, you got Spencer's attention.
What boat is this?
Oh, my dad's been trying to offload his boat for the last 2 years. He has
Is it like
it's a sailboat. No, it's a sailboat.
Oh,
Greg, how much-
sailboat.
Yeah.
Greg, how much is a sailboat?
Name your price.
Is it? It's fiberglass, I assume, not wood.
Yeah, it's fiberglass. It's a cabin cruiser boat.
How long?
I was gonna say
30
it looks
30 feet.
it looks like a nice Tanzer actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
You could live even closer to work.
Could literally dock it at work.
I'm not hearing a no here.
Uh,
No, it's built for speed. Because I mean the entire thing is a racing boat that
oh.
but I mean my dad has comfortably spent many a summer on it, making it like he's gone all the way up to Wapoose with it. He's done the entire circuit. He's gone back and forth all over the damn place with this thing. He's been trying to offload it.
Sweet.
Yeah. And he's like, hey boy, don't you want to buy it? Don't you want an heirloom? I'm like, you've been trying to get me to sale since I was 7. Get lost. No.
I think Spencer would only
boats-
really be interested in it if it had a motor on it. That it would take him 3 years to get.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It has a
I
motor.
already have enough problems with one boat. I still need 2 boats.
Hey, what's better than 2 boats?
All right, you
and a half.
bloody gobbers. Let's get back to
So this is enough of D&D buy and sell. Let's get back to D&D buy and sell.
D&D Marketplace.
Yeah.
D&D Marketplace, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So as we're going there, Thistle's doing the quick math in his head, thinking, yeah, no, okay. So if I pull out 3 of those shiny coins when he says 2, I did right. Perfect.
Thistle is learning. He's learning the things wrong, but he's learning.
he's learning wrong, but he's learning.
I wonder if I've ever had a character that learned like that.
All
We
of
miss
us.
Willard. We miss Willard.
Oh, don't stand there to say something.
Willard, through a series of happenstances, Willard now believes he can read cuneiform and speak ancient Sumerian to gods.
Neat.
Anyway, back to this universe.
Back to this.
Where is
oh.
the? Oh, look, there's the inn that we found.
So you guys have arrived at the inn, whose name I keep forgetting, and I have it
It's
down
the
here somewhere.
repose. The repose. The what do you say?
Yes,
Weary repose. The long repose.
that's what I'm looking for. I did in my notes.
subway?
Here we are. Kaya's House of Repose.
House.
Yes, Kaya's House of Repose. Yes, you approach this inn. It's slightly off the beaten path. It's a little quieter, but much like an inn, there is a bar area and a common seating area. There's a number of patrons sitting around enjoying a meal, conversing and drinking and having a quiet good time. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna immediately go
Well,
up to.
Thistle.
Never mind. Thistle always goes first. Go ahead.
No. I wasn't gonna have a silence.
I was like, I
No.
immediately walk in without hesitating and go up, look for a bar. I'm assuming there's a
Yes.
ask for whiskey neat.
The bartender reaches in the back, grabs a bottle, pours a brown liquid in a glass, and hands it to you. Asks for 3 silver.
Yeah, thanks kindly, mate.
The bartender asks, it looks like you and your friends have had a rough day. Would you be interested in a room or perhaps a voucher to the bathhouse?
Hey, what?
Yeah, what are you trying to pick a nice place to folks think you need to wash up or get some rest?
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
Thistle would like a bath. Yes, absolutely.
Now wait a minute. We got very clean at Syndra's house. Thistle had a very long scrubby bath, which his hair started turning. But it's only been a day. Are we really that?
Did you get shot at?
The day where you fought a couple of dinosaurs.
I was going to say, I only wrestled a Styracosaurus today. I can't be that sweaty and smelly yet.
Did you get shot at? Pulls another arrow from his back.
Does this belong to you?
Right. How much for the works? That's to the.
1 second.
How about you blokes?
Yeah, the
Everybody want to go to the bathhouse and get a room? Kael, Calva?
I'm good. I just need a room.
The bartender mentions that they have a special that for just 1.5 gold pieces you can get a room as well as admission to the bathhouse 2 doors down.
Oh, well then, sure.
I reckon.
And Thistle will look up and go, "Is this place horse friendly?" And points to Crom.
Just casually indicates.
The
Centaur.
the bartender mentions we do have a couple of special suites for some of our larger patrons.
Oh, he's okay in the
unfortunately, I
stable.
will have to charge him an extra half gold.
Okay with
for one of those.
staples.
That sounds like discrimination, but what choice do I have?
No, she just said that.
The
Some-
bartender does mention unfortunately the only stables are outside of the main gate.
Yeah,
as,
he's okay with that.
Work animals aren't.
I'm not
permitted.
okay with that. I'm okay with being in the walls.
She just said they have big rooms.
Yeah,
Not that
Yeah,
Thistle
I
cares.
want, I want the big rooms. I want the big rooms.
In your mind's ear, you just hear Thistle go, "I'm not a halfling. Make that mistake again."
Okay. So it seems Thistle is attempting to talk over Crom to the bartender against Crom's protests. Is
would
this
appear.
what I'm hearing?
for the pure comedy, for pure content and comedy. If at any point it goes too far, we can. Thistle will go, oh shit, yeah, no, he can kill me.
I have a feeling Crom
I
could
just
be
want to
louder.
know if this is your declared action or not.
Yes, currently in this moment in time, I'm saying it is a declared action.
Okay. Crom and Thistle,
Also,
please make opposing performance checks.
Yes.
Who gets her attention?
I turn to Crom and go, dance battle.
You got served.
Not with
I
that.
did.
Not with a nat 20.
20
you know.
against the 6.
Yes, I got served.
Okay.
Thistle has already reached.
Yeah. Woo. Crom, as you interrupt Thistle and talk over, you ever so slightly seem to intimidate the bartender, and the bartender gives you a key to one of the larger rooms and only doesn't charge you the extra half gold she was going to. So your room and bathhouse admission will only be 1.5 gold.
Well, thank you.
Meanwhile, Thistle's still on the ground doing the worm, like, I got this, guys, I got
Yeah, so I assume everyone wants a room.
How much is it a cheaper price for just a room? No bathhouse?
It's 1 gold. Normally it's 1 gold each, but getting them put together, you get the discount price of 1.5. So if
Alright,
you
I'll
don't
just
want
do the
bathhouse,
room.
it's, just the room. So it's only 1 gold then.
Alright.
Calva melts in
Yeah.
water.
I was a slave. I went long times without a shower.
Kael's going to say to Calva, you're not planning to attend the bathhouse?
No, I'm good. I'm pretty exhausted from that fight, and I need to rest up. And
Clean freak has
we just had a shower not too long ago.
And Kael will turn to the bartender. Are the rooms 1 bed only?
The bartender says, yes, they're single. They're all single rooms.
Okay. They're
They're large, comfortable beds, but
yeah,
they're-
I'll take a room. I'll take a room as well, and Kael turn to the rest of the group and say, "I'll stick with Calva if you guys want to go and enjoy the bathhouse."
Oh,
Cal, I will mention you. You look down at your feet. You've been walking a lot today, and your feet have gotten quite dirty. Doesn't mean you can't find somewhere else to wash them. But we did talk about before that one of Kale's ideals was cleanliness is next to godliness, I believe.
Oh, you're talking to me.
you did say Calva.
Your
but
feet are
you
dirty.
just-
Your bird feet are dirty because you've been flying, walking and not flying much.
Dirty
Damn
bird.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm sure
so
you have ways of cleaning your feet other than a bathhouse. I'm just saying.
I totally forgot about that conversation. So backpedaling slightly,
Bird
based
bath.
on all of that. Yes, I will be purchasing the gold and a half combo package, and going with the
Much
rest
as
of the
I'm
group.
sure Kael wants to be a team player and not leave anyone alone, Kael's character would very much be looking forward to it much more than anyone else.
I'm gonna have to make a note of that on my character sheet because I totally forgot about that.
a lot of
I don't- I
sand
don't
around
know.
here. And as we know, sand is very coarse and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Thistle's like, I don't know. I kind of really want that. Turns to Calva and would you be so kind as to use some of my money to pay? Because I don't trust myself to pay that kind of money.
I will pay for him.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thistle, how do you feel about the bath? Are you
Yeah, I'm
Does
asking
Thistle
for the
want a
bath as well. Yeah.
If it's a gold and a half for the combo.
Buddy, I'm more
What's
likely
half a
to.
gold? 5 silver?
Yes,
What's that?
5 silver is half gold.
Half a gold is
Yeah,
5
silver
silver.
is half
Okay.
gold.
It's funny. I'm more likely to go the other way to forego the room, but take the bath. But this is
sleep
one
in the water?
instance. Bruce is actually gonna go ahead and go for a bed.
Yeah, sleeping outside in a hustly bustly city. I don't know if that's the greatest of ideas. Although you did it in, you did it in a stable.
Bruce's idea of a sleep is just sort of nod off, leaning against a wall. Like that's kind of what he's done.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
are they individual rooms or is it a group room?
they're all individual rooms. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the nice, comfy, get a good night's
I'm
sleep.
looking to
hotel.
roll myself in a nice big fluffy doona.
Are there lock boxes in the room or lock trunks in the room? I should say.
There is some furniture, dressers, and trunks. Yes.
Okay.
Locks are not provided.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking of barrack box, but
Your door locks.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
you have
okay,
the key to
okay.
your room.
okay. So after getting Thistle's key, he'll just kind of look at everyone and go, I'm going to go change. I'm going to the bath, like soon.
Okay.
Right behind you, mate.
I will also join you.
So when Thistle gets to his room specifically, first thing he does is he takes off his ginormous backpack that is overstuffed with everything.
And a couple extra arrows.
Yeah. Well, specifically the arrows, he's going to pull them out of wherever they are, be it his backpack or his body, and he is going to examine them. Do any of them have any kind of particular fletching on them?
Like a specific. They're just normal feather fletches. There's nothing overly.
So we're in an area that's more jungly than regular. So the fletching, I would assume, would be more tropical in nature. Correct?
Sure. Yeah, there's
Okay.
some reds and reds and blues and whites.
He's going to take a moment with a little knife and remove the fletching from one or two of the arrows, so he has some nice tropical-looking feathers.
Okay.
And
Well,
because that
is cut back feathers, so they're partial feathers, but yes.
yeah, I mean as much as he can, of course.
Yeah.
And he'll put that in the bag, and then he'll be like, he just kind of throw the arrow in like a garbage bin, garbage can. Those have no use to me. Yeah, first could use them. Who cares? And he'll
Remember, he's got a
also-
Kael feather in there too.
Well, the
Oh, yeah,
Kael
yes.
the Kael feather. He already sent that before we left. He sent that in the letter back to the kindergarten.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh,
Oh, that's right. That went in the envelope. Okay.
Yeah,
yeah. So that went to the garden.
the garden. Yeah. So he and he puts his stuff aside and puts the new feathers in, and he gets changed, and we'll smash to someone else.
Okay, let's go to Crom.
All right.
What are you up to as Kael's gone off to his room to get ready for the bath?
Crom, who basically wears nothing normally, more or less, settles into, I want to say a centaur-sized tub, and thinks about how inhumanly long it took to just find everybody.
Just a question.
Thinks
for Alex.
about
Sorry,
Yeah.
Seb, I just want to have a question for Alex. The communal bathhouse.
Yeah. So I was going to get to describing that. So Crom jumped again a little bit.
Oh,
So
sorry.
we'll smash cut to that. That's okay, Crom. It's
Yeah, I was hoping
you
for
have
some
everything that you
inter-character.
couldn't
Yeah,
do.
I wasn't sure how
But yeah,
divided.
we will get to that in a few moments. I'm just trying to see the in between just before everyone goes over to the bathhouse.
Oh, and
Interactions.
really, Crom doesn't really do anything. He's just waiting for everyone to go because he's always good to go.
Okay, cool. Kael, are you doing anything with your room before you go to the bathhouse, or?
Kael would go into his room, take off his weapons, and bag, and meticulously place them in a safe place in the room. I don't think he's particularly concerned about locking them in a chest or anything like that, but just neatly place everything in a corner and then go back downstairs to join the rest of the group.
Okay. Calva, well, actually, we'll come back to you in a minute, Calva, since you said you didn't want to go to the bathhouse.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bruce, anything before the bathhouse? While we're still at the inn?
Room. Place most of my. Right through my bag, and I pull out another small lock. The lockbox. But I am still wearing or like a full robe. Whatever. Is there? How much accommodations is?
Well, yeah, it's not like a luxury hotel like you think of modern with like robes and sandals and all that sort of stuff. But like, you could certainly just like I'm sure within your pack you just have some more casual, comfortable clothes that you could change into.
Yeah, I figured I would because I would still keep.
Okay.
I'll get my budgie smugglers. I'll go get out to the bathhouse, have a towel, and still. However, I still have my knife with me. It's like nothing else.
Is that a knife in your pocket, or you just happen to see it?
That sounds very Bruce. Okay. So Calva, where do you initially go from here?
I'm gonna go straight to my room. I
Okay.
got pretty beat up in that fight, so I'm pretty exhausted, and I'm pretty much just gonna like walk in the room, close the door behind me, and literally just like flop on the bed and pass out.
Flop on the bed and pass out. Okay. Yeah. Considering your background as a slate, like this is, well, I guess now you're 2 for 2 for the last 2 days after the bed you had at Cinder Sylvains, and this bed is
Yeah,
almost as comfortable as that. So
yeah,
careful, you might get you were accustomed to sleeping in the dirt for your
yeah.
don't get too used to this, Calva. Okay, so yeah, the rest of you make your way over to the bathhouse. It is an open style bathhouse. You know, there are separate sections for men and women. It's more of a Roman style bathhouse than
That's what I'm picturing.
versus a Japanese onsen.
Mhm.
It's although it has more of a tropical decoration and flair. Colorful stones and mosaics line the walls and such. It's a very pretty place with a number of other customers in there, and you go in and there's a different baths of different temperatures.
Yeah.
You see, so when we get there, so as we get there, Bruce goes in, and you see he does have his knife on his waist. Pulls that off, removes as he removes his shirt, wraps the knife in his shirt, kind of gently. Notice as shirt, a surprisingly hairy man with his just covered in this gray hair. He's got a very hairy chest. But you do notice. I'm actually wondering. I'll just say it. Anybody who's paying attention notices that the hair there's like a bald spot just on one side of his torso where a rather large scar looks as if wound there. And that's it. He doesn't make any mention of it.
Mhm.
Gently and
Okay.
All right.
Anyone else? Anyone else? What are you up to in the bathhouse?
So when Thistle gets, go ahead, Crom.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Crom, yeah, just unceremoniously just sets his weapons aside, takes off his like weapons harness that he would use to carry his stuff on, and then just kind of plops into the water and has a bit of a sit down.
As Crom has a sit down, there's a little bit of a tidal wave that splashes, over the edges of the bath.
Cannonball.
He is a centaur. He displaces quite a bit of water.
Blah.
So
And-
go ahead.
Oh, that's all. That's all Crom does. Sorry, I was just concluding.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
Thistle.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Kael, why not? Go ahead.
Well then, Kael, go ahead.
Here's
How you gonna scrub them dirty feetses?
Okay, so I posted something in the Discord
Mhm.
chat so everyone can see. So Kael takes off his monk robes and neatly hangs them beside the bath, and you now get a glimpse of the pendant that hangs around his neck, which is normally tucked under his robes. And he gets into the bath and just sort of looks very relieved as he splashes water over himself and starts cleaning himself off and just relaxing in the water.
I'm kind of picturing like how birds, like birds and bird baths, like splash around with their wings and get water everywhere. Like I'm kind of picturing that before you settle down, possibly disturbing the other patrons ever so slightly. The two strangest creatures to be in the bathhouse in a while.
I'm offended by that.
Some old couple going, They don't let anyone in nowadays.
So for that flare, like as Kael like wanders into the water, he starts flapping his wings and splashes a little bit before he settles in.
Thistle, give me a dexterity save.
Okay, I'm not in there yet, but
Okay, fair enough.
okay, but absolutely.
Kael just
I
throws
just
a
wanna
bar of
see.
soap at him.
Yeah.
Throws it on the ground, see if he slips.
Yeah, I know. You just the splashing of Kael just narrowly misses you. You
Yeah.
don't get hit in the face with some water.
Excellent. Well, as Thistle comes in, he neatly for what's odd for him. Usually appearances don't really matter, but he takes great pride in making sure the towel is hung up, making sure that his clothing is neatly stored where it is. You can clearly see on his left arm, now that you see without any shirt on, going up from his elbow up to his shoulder. It's a full tattoo. Um, um, it's a crescent moon pointed downward in green, a crescent moon pointed upward, almost opposite the crescents. So the two oblongs touching each other in red. And then from the red part, you see 4 green circles above it going up his arm on his left side. And as he gets,
Or this described differently because you described your tattoo in Beetle's shop, and is this a different tattoo?
oh no, it's the same one. I'm probably misremembering how I described it.
It was a green, yeah. So there's a green crescent moon.
Yeah.
There was 4 red stars.
Okay.
I drew it. I drew it somewhere. I don't have it with me. I was gonna post
Okay.
it. Damn it! I
Hey,
drew your tattoo
Aaron-
based on the previous description.
Hey, exactly how I described it last time. We're talking to the guy who's colorblind here. Oh,
No, it's okay. I will go by. I'll go by your original description, and I
Yeah.
will post that later on. But
perfect. Thanks.
Yeah,
So,
sounds good. Okay,
that
everyone
description of-
has noticed the tattoo.
There's that, but now you can clearly see on his back, he has what look to be 2 very pronounced claw mark scars right across from his right shoulder all the way down to almost the small of his back. And
we've all seen a bit of action.
he gets in and he sits down, and first thing he does, without really paying any attention to anyone, he takes a moment to really examine the wound he got from last time, the stick in his side, just to examine and see how it's healing. And kind of, it's still tender as he pushes it. It's like, ow, 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 ow. Damn it. Ow, ow. And he sighs and kind of sinks into the water, and oh, today has been a day.
Cool. So yeah, you are in the you're enjoying the bathhouse. You're getting yourself nice and clean. There are a few other patrons around, and some of them are having some conversations with each other. Everybody, give me a perception check.
Bruce definitely
The
takes
water
notice of
starts
Thistle's
flooding.
scar, but he doesn't say. Or you say
Roll for
perception?
it.
Yes. Want to see what, if anything, you may overhear.
Kill us.
Well, Thistle got a dirty 20. Kael got a 16.
Oh,
Okay. Crom got a 12, and Bruce got a 10.
I don't hear. Makes sense. Sorry, Peter, you didn't say Kael just has the pendant. You didn't mention it.
No, I would say that through Yeah, I would say that through Kael's feathers, you don't see any scars. I'm going to be totally honest. I know nothing about birds. I don't know how their feathers grow back or anything like that.
That's
So
fine.
I'm just going to assume that you don't see any scars through Kael's feathers.
I was actually this is just where my brain went. Definitely not something I think Pete would do, but I was just projecting. When you linked a picture in Discord and said, "Oh, I put a picture in Discord for everyone to see what they see," my brain instantly went to, he just posted a picture of a duck's penis, didn't he?
Kael is hung like a horse.
in all its
Independent,
truly
okay.
glory.
He just has a duck penis on a chain.
Well, I
Gunny
meant
boy.
yeah. Anyway.
Okay, no, blue pendant, nice.
Hmm.
It has... There it is. Uh-oh. Okay, so Thistle, you overhear a couple of people in the next the next tub over. They're chatting, and one of them mentions the other that they heard a story that deep in the heart of the jungle is a city built by minotaurs, but it's now overrun by snake people. Even worse things dwell below. In visions, I've seen strange devils screaming in the dark.
Magic. And the first thing that comes to Thistle's mind is, I wonder if they're friend shaped. He actually just says that out loud. I wonder if they're friend shaped. But
Strange
he'll
devils screaming in the dark. Definitely French.
Friend shape, obviously. But he'll store that away. He'll try to take a moment to try to make sure he gets the details more correct as opposed to incorrect.
Okay.
I don't.
You say that out loud though, right? Last time I
Yes.
heard you use that word was rungs.
Yes.
So Bruce, who is paying attention to you specifically because of your scars, so
Yeah.
boy, frog guys. I don't see anything.
No. Lots of things can be friend shaped. I'm friend shaped, am I not?
I reckon so, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Your Bruce is friend shape, and then Crom is horse shape, and Kael is bird shape, and Keva is stone shape.
It's a bit right to me.
So Crom is friend, but not friend shape.
He's horse shape.
He is horse shape, bird shape, rock shape, and
bird shape, rock shape, but still friend. Not friend shape.
Yeah.
Still friend.
Yeah, just pure friend. It's an upgrade.
He's evolved past friend shape.
Look, if you try to break down the madness, you will go crazy. Just don't.
We learn later that Thistle is just an eldritch god.
Oh, did I make it too obvious?
So yeah, as you rest in the bathhouse, it will count as you'll spend some time in there, and it'll count as a short rest. You're likely to go back to your rooms and have a long rest anyway, but
yeah.
But in case you decide not to, or something else decides not to for you, you at least have the benefit of a short rest. Meanwhile, Calva's already started his long rest.
I will still burn a hit die just because I've been that DM to do this. So, thank you for the short rest. I will take it.
Well, if I didn't give you a short rest as you're bathing in a bathhouse, like when am I going to give you a short rest?
Yeah.
So unless I attack you in the bathhouse right at the beginning, but I obviously didn't do that.
I took 0 damage from that Styraco fight.
So
I don't think Thistle was as lucky.
Yeah, no. I'm
You got gored.
I'm 16 out of 16 out of 42 is where I'm sitting at.
Ow! Hey, it's a 36-inch horn probably on that thing.
So Kael, noticing when Thistle was poking at his wound, and that noticing that he was in some pain, would have said, Thistle, do you mind if I place my hand on your wound? I think I might be able to help.
You can try. I'll let you know the magics in this. They're a little more chaotic than you would assume. I mean, you can try. I'm not going to say no. It's just I feel probably 1 or 2 or 3 good night's sleeps will probably help heal it. But it's hard to say.
So Kael will reach over and place his hand over the wound, and in his other hand, he will clutch the pendant around his neck, and you notice a slight glow in Kael's hand, and you receive 1d4 healing.
Oh, thank you.
To go along with whatever you rolled for your short rest.
Okay.
We have a healer for Tomb of Annihilation? Oh my god!
Which spell did you cast, Kael?
It's healing hands.
Yeah,
So I can use
healing hands
one
from
key
the way of
point.
the mercy monk.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna get you to roll a d20 for me, just
Me?
because.
Kael?
Yeah.
First
Roll me
time
a
using
d20.
it.
Okay, wait. You just want a straight d20 roll, no fancy stuff? Okay.
Yeah, just straight d20.
Okay. There you go. Ooh.
Okay, no, it's not a 1. Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask,
Kael Thistle does not die.
does
Casting
pop
magic
off?
on a fresh magic wound, that's pretty chaotic. I needed a chance for a nat 1, and they just
And it's his first
could've gone wrong with
time, and
that.
all kind.
Yeah.
I
I was going to ask if it surged.
yeah. So it was not a nat
Oh,
1.
it might
so no,
surge
yeah,
for
you're-
Thistle. That's true.
You're
Gotta be careful there.
Yeah, Thistle, your rage effect does not activate.
Perfect. You said 1d4, right?
Definitely wouldn't have
Yeah.
happened if he got a nat 1 healing
No,
directly on your
definitely. Thistle's not going to set off a fireball in here.
That's not on the table. Now, everyone in 30 feet of me taking 3d12 necrotic damage,
Necrotic, I was going to say.
Oh.
Spore bomb.
which is a thing.
Okay.
So it's 1d4 plus 4.
1d4 plus 4. Thank you. Now let's find where the 3 dice is. D4.
Good thing it's plus 4.
Cool. Thank you.
5.
Ooh, 5 health. First, you roll a max roll on your hit dice.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's Kael's first
Minimum
time,
roll.
so
Look,
But
well,
hey,
maybe it's a healing spell, and you see the wound does kind of cinch a little closer, but it doesn't move maybe as much as you think it does, because you probably, I don't know. It's and Thistle says, "Ow, ow, thanks. Oh, that's maybe a kidney or spleen or liver."
maybe it
And
does
he
more
pokes it.
psychological healing than physical healing.
my pancreas.
He pokes the area and goes, yeah, pancreas. Yep, that's the pancreas. Yep, yep.
Wait, aren't they all stomachs? Didn't we just?
Oops, all stomachs. But no, thank you, thank you. And again, you see a different side of Thistle. He's less chaotic in here. He's more calm, a little bit more present in the moment. But you see more of also a caution with him.
Okay. Bruce, is there anything you wanted to do special in the bathhouse? As you're
Not
bathing?
particularly. I kind of after I've had a little like sort of find a spot. I kind of start doing laps. I know it's not like an Olympic pool, but like I'm just kind of like back and forth, kind of doing. But I look like I'm doing some kind of exercise, trying to keep my getting clean.
Are you splashing a lot?
No. It's all very slow, kind of isometric kind of stuff that I'm doing.
Okay.
It's all balanced. Still trying to figure out if I'm actually alive.
Are any of us?
Why are we here?
I'm only here by dragon magic. I don't actually know. As a matter of fact, only Alex knows. I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, and then I guess so Crom, other than what you said, you just were relaxing already. I think we already went through everybody. Okay. So it's been about an hour or so. You guys have washed up. I had a good I guess a short rest would have had to be at least an hour. So yeah, you're definitely feeling a little more refreshed. And if there's nothing else that you want to do here, you're
is there a
certainly free to
sauna?
go back to a sauna. Roll an investigation to see if you can find a sauna.
You find a water slide.
Bruce will definitely be using one. Nope, never mind. That's not.
Well, no.
Roll for artificer.
You're not successful in finding a sauna.
That's fine. I just have a little bit of a isometric swim, and then I go and I'll wait for you guys.
It's not the sauna.
So before Thistle gets out, are the people who were talking about the temple still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Thistle will make his way over there and hi there. My apologies. I know bath time is quiet time, but I overheard something. You mentioned a temple with snakes in the jungle. Is that right?
Okay, so you did apologize for approaching someone in bath time.
Yes.
But you admitted to eavesdropping somewhat. Give me a persuasion roll.
Charisma save? No, okay, never mind.
17. Okay.
Hey.
Man, everyone in the party is persuasive today. Okay, let me go back to the.
Thistle puts on his best manners.
So yeah, the one patron who was speaking the other, she says, I've heard rumors and I sometimes have visions, but yes, the story is that there's a city in the heart of the jungle. It was built by minotaurs. It's a very robust city, but it was the city collapsed, not physically, but like the population collapsed. And now it's been overrun by snake people. I don't really know quite what that means. But the visions I've had of this place indicate a strange devil screaming in the dark. I don't know quite. I didn't get a clear vision of it, but it is certainly not somewhere I would want to go.
Thank you very much for sharing that. My friends are looking at going there, what cardinal direction would that be in?
Well, the heart of the jungle is south of the city, but it's a large place. Jungle.
All right.
It's huge. It's
And
huge.
it's huge, so big, much trees, so dense. Thistle again looking very, trying to look not, sorry, trying to look like he's, oh wow, sorry, 1 second. So sorry, here I am trying to speak low and think of the words that Thistle would use, and I'm coughing. He's sounding more reverent, if you will. He's trying to pay attention as much as he can because he understands this is extremely important and he wants to pass on as much useful information as he can. He knows the second he gets out of the tub, half of it's going to go to the void.
This is becoming more self-aware.
the Thistle AI got upgraded. Between here and the temple is a lot of jungle. What dangers can we expect from this jungle? Where I'm from, it's a lot of farmland. So we can only prepare for what we know. And anything you could provide would be a great boon to us.
Okay, these the patrons are getting a little bit annoyed at the continued line of questioning. But another persuasion check might convince them to answer more of your questions. $12.
Like talking at the urinal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm kind of picturing like Thistle didn't even get into the bath with them. He's just kind of like standing next to the particular bath that they're in, just naked.
Yeah.
In all his glory.
Just naked, dick swinging out.
Yeah, interrogating them about something he overheard. So the patrons look somewhat annoyed. They start to gather their things and they're like, "Look, the jungle's a dangerous place. If you're gonna go there, hire yourself a guide." And they gather up their things and start to walk away.
All right. Thistle will say, thank you very much for all that. I understand that I can be annoying, but it is of great importance. I hope the visions do eventually bring you peace. And
that's
a little Kael line there.
Yeah, well, it's tub time.
Tub time is the only time Thistle is like
introspection time.
He's very like he's still Thistle, but he's actually like apologetic for his obnoxiousness.
Yes, he's cognizant of himself during tub time.
Yeah,
Thistle
he feels
does not
extra
fight when his tub
he's
time.
naked.
Tub time is not smash time.
Yeah. So Thistle will take a moment and dry himself off, gather his things, and as he's walking out, he's going to be trying to repeat particular phrases: jungle, south, heart, snake people, devil scream. Try to repeat that as much as he can as he gets to the room. So he eventually, when he talks to someone in the party, he can say those words and hopefully it will mean something.
Does he pass by Bruce or Kael at any point while he's muttering to himself?
Or did we hear any of this conversation?
Yeah.
To be fair, he's going straight to his room. He doesn't matter if he sees you or not because he's not paying attention to you because he's focusing.
Yeah, he's too focused. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Thistle's too focused on trying to remember, and like this, what he did specifically mention, it was like a lower conversation. So while the rest of you would have clearly seen Thistle get up there and go talk to him, the conversation would have been at a slightly lower volume. So you probably didn't make out much of it at all. And you just see Thistle muttering to himself as he walks out, grabs his stuff and heads back to the hotel, the inn on his own. And the rest of you just kind of looking at each other.
Boy, I've never seen him so quiet. I'm assuming so. Wait, I'm wondering if anybody's. Kael, are you sitting next to me, or I don't know? Am I by myself? I'm done swimming now.
Yeah, no, I would assume that I'm sitting next to you.
Yeah, just like resting. I'm kind of like, I'm assuming there's like some kind of chair or something on this thing. And I'm clearly leaning. I've got my hand on my wrapped knife. There's like, I've never seen that little bloke so quiet. Wonder what's gotten to him.
It's definitely interesting. I've noticed that he's been quiet ever since he got into the tub.
I mean, it's the nice air in here. It's refreshing for the soul.
It is good to be clean.
I
Crom, and
reckon.
your
I was gonna say, I reckon we're not gonna have many clean days ahead of us, so better enjoy it while we got it.
Kael gets this somewhat concerned
His eyes
and
so big.
and concerned and like concerned look, and also I guess I don't know if depressed is the right way to describe it, but like acknowledgement of the fact that yes, Bruce is right. We're going into the jungle. It's going to be dirty. And we're not going to find bathhouses in the jungle.
Now, well, it's going to be dirty. Like I don't think Kael would be overly worried because coming from a living a monk-like lifestyle, right? He's used to very austere and like simple accommodations, right? So bathing in a river or something like that would still be bathing for him.
I feel like
True.
Kael could bathe with a cup of water, but the fact is we just don't have that.
Yeah, the amount of luxury you guys have had for the last 2 nights, is not exactly setting a tone for what
We're
is to
about to
come.
go to the only to a place where his only option will be wet leaves and mud.
So yeah,
Which-
so sorry, go ahead, Crom.
I was gonna say, just as a out of character, which for Crom, he's lived his entire life in the wild in some way, shape, or form. So being in cities is just the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah. Yeah, he thinks it's odd that there's a lake inside a building.
Oh yeah.
This is where I'm from. This is normally attached to a mountain.
Boy, forget you blokes are all from different places. Out of character, do you know where the RAE barracks is in Adelaide? It's like right in the city. So, that's where I train. That's where Bruce trained new recruits. I looked it up. I had to look it up on a map and like, wow, that's like right in the city. So
Oh, cool.
there you go. Yeah. So I'm the only city guy here, even though I spent most of my
It probably wasn't right in the city during like what was it, Vietnam era or
Well, no. When he
World
was
War
training recruits all
War?
through the 80s and like
Okay.
yeah. No, he
Well,
was
still,
in
even in the 80s.
yeah. After he became a
In
captain,
the
he
80s, it
became a
probably
trainer.
wouldn't have been that big of a city as it is to now.
That's fair. Yeah. He was only there until the late night. But yes, fair enough. Anyway, yeah, I think all of you all of you are.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who's looking to escape.
Well, Kael would be Kael's.
I meant more in the
Lives in
sense
the
of like the
mountain-
luxury and stuff.
Yeah. Well, as Alex said, Kael would have lived a very simple life at the monastery in the mountains. So not in a town, just in the monastery. Things certainly were not like in the middle of a jungle or anything like that, but not luxurious by any means.
I mean, Thistle might be the closest one to you, Bruce, when you think about it, because he
Have you been
grew up
pampered
on a
before?
farm. What he would call pampering
Yeah.
might not be what you call pampering, just because he's, is a farm. You find a way to make it work.
That's true.
He doesn't need a bandage. He can just rub some dirt in it.
100%.
I mean, that is Bruce's attitude.
Yes, but he's a wild man versus man of wild.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that is the best way to put it. Crom is actual wild man.
Yes, Crom has lived either well adjusted in his younger years in a wide ass steppe, or he's lived in other areas that are very, very far removed from civilization.
All right. So we go to bed.
Okay, hang on before we go to bed. Before Bruce and Crom and Kael, who are the only ones left in the bathhouse now, go back to their rooms. As we're sort of getting ready to get out of the bath, Kael asks Bruce and Crom, have either of you ever let someone down or felt like you were letting down someone?
Philosophical introspection.
Bruce has something to
To be-
say, but he's waiting.
To be honest, yes, I have. Oh, and I'm sorry. What were you asking in addition?
Well, I was just asking if you've ever felt like you were going to let someone down or have let someone down. Yeah.
Yeah, like I when I was a littler centaur, like half the size of what I am now, basically. Roving minotaurs came and destroyed my people's my village. Just destroyed it. And then they sold me off into slavery. And it wasn't good after that, but I broke free, and yeah.
Lucky.
I felt I let a lot of people down, actually. Because I was not big enough and not strong enough.
Sorry, mate. I don't know if I'm much for tea and sticky buns here, so I think I better bugger off. Bruce is getting uncomfortable with the sob story, so he's kind of like... he respects what Kael was trying to do, but he's just like,
Bruce is having really big feelings, and he doesn't quite know how to handle them right now.
Okay, good night, Bruce.
What do we do with your big? What do we do with your big feelings? We repress them. We turn them into violent
down and never let them out.
We shove them down where we can't see them anymore.
We load them into my bang stick, and we go out in the bush and we hunt fucking roos.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go much darker than that. Like, you look for it in your gun.
Insight check.
Insight. Oh, sorry, for Kael or Bruce?
Kael.
I said my bang stick. Yeah, I don't have it.
And Bruce, give me a deception check.
Deception?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, as I'm trying to avoid the... Oh, yeah, because I'm being all squirrely.
Again, the one time Thistle might give a straight answer, and he's not there.
Okay. Bruce, you do a really good job of, hiding your discomfort. But Kael, you pick up that something's not quite right with Bruce, and you can tell that he's holding back something that that is eating at him.
Okay. So Kael is going to
wave to you guys and like, well, catch you in the morning, mates. Long night ahead of us.
Yeah, Bruce does make a successful withdrawal from your
well, Kael will make an attempt to speak somewhat loud enough for Bruce to hear him,
Mm.
and say to Crom, I've trained for many years at the monastery. I have been assigned the task of investigating this curse, and it is the first time, this evil that is brewing in the jungle, and this is the first time that I have been away from the monastery. I have been traveling for a very long time trying to find answers, and it hasn't been until it wasn't until Syndra reached out to us that I actually got some concrete answers to what might be causing this evil. I don't feel like I'm up to the task, and I'm afraid that I'm going to let everyone at my home down by not finding the answers that they seek.
Bruce is listening to all this. He's sort of stepped around the corner. Definitely. But you don't know that.
Huh.
This
The
shit.
good thing is-
this shit is important to him. You've just you have made Bruce hate himself.
Character development.
Okay, you have the rest of us. You've got our sword, our axes, and our will to keep fighting. We'll take care of this together. Yes.
Kael puts an arm on his hand on Crom's shoulder and says, "I'm glad to have you with me on this journey."
You're very tall. My shoulder is very high.
So maybe his thigh or kneecap or something.
Horse haunch.
I was gonna say maybe on his back, like a
Yeah.
Yeah, that's back's a bit more. Yeah.
Lower rib.
He could have meant the horse's shoulders. He could have meant that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Crom.
You're welcome, Cal.
Perhaps we should
Overhearing
get some
the
sleep.
conversation, someone calls out. Give me a brief moment to find.
Yeah.
I have a handout specifically for you guys. I gotta give you.
Just as soon as Kael mentioned, "Hey, do you ever feel like you're a failure?" Kael then made exemplary why Bruce is a failure in that moment. Fantastic.
Meanwhile, Thistle. 320 Sydney, P1 Sydney.
320 Wallaby Way, Sydney. 320 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Wallaby Way.
P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Yeah, that's it. P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way.
Sherman. Good. Where is it? I got it here somewhere.
Because, yeah, there's not much color to throw in here because we're just going to bed, but still got an hour. I want to get to the next morning because Bruce is going to be left alone with his thoughts for the
Just trying. Oh, come on. Where is? Anyway, while I keep looking for this, so in the back of the bathhouse, sitting, you hear someone call out. As you turn, there's a burly, rather scarred up dwarf sitting in one of the other tubs. He calls out to you. He says, "Heading into the jungle, are you? Well, you're gonna need a guide. I just so happen to be one. Let me give you my card." And the card is what I'm looking for.
He just pulls it out of his pocket from the bathhouse.
Yes, exactly.
his dwarf pocket.
Yes. Yes.
His beard. He pulls it out of his beard, isn't it?
Yeah, his beard.
Hi, sir. Thank you for your card. Please put your dick away.
That's where Calva keeps all his stuff, right? In his beard.
There I know there is specifically a thing that I can show you guys in Roll20 specifically.
Is
to
this
give
guy look?
description.
Now I have seen this guy in the room, but of course I have not paid attention. I'm not in the room.
Yeah, you weren't over. Yeah,
but
you weren't overly
for
observant.
everyone's
before.
benefit, does this guy look more formidable than Calva? Definitely older and more grizzled, but
I actually have a picture of him here that I'm
ooh,
trying.
okay.
So I've got a picture for him, and he's got like a little advertisement sort of thing for his services.
A little
as a guide.
hologram pops up, a little video plays, a short.
It's just a 10-minute TED talk of why he's a great guy.
Guide in the jungle. Like, I mean, I thought that was my job, even though I've never been here.
Let's talk about the rainforest. Why it's important to save it.
Hey, it's a jungle. A jungle's a jungle. I can get through any jungle.
I just need to know, does he do healing? And is he immune to slashing and piercing damage?
It's very specific.
Very specific. What are your resistance modifiers?
I mean, those are great questions to ask. I'm not going to lie.
I don't actually know. Spencer, what is the, like, you're resistant to poison, but that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
But that's a background reason, not a dwarf thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like,
Or
it's a
class thing.
It's a like it is a dwarf thing.
Oh.
It's like yeah, I think all dwarves actually have it. I'm not sure though.
Poison resistant.
Well, how about the looker-upper looks that up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all dwarves have it.
Go ahead and look that one up.
A
while I'm
resistance to
looking
poison?
for this handout.
I'm resisting asking about everyone else's resistance and or vulnerabilities because it has not come up in store. Want to review?
Yeah, dwarven resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against poisons, and you have resistance against poison damage.
Kael's resistant to ground type moves. Calva's resistant to bug type
To
moves
poison. Mhm.
and poison.
Wait,
Calva's a rock type. Kael's a flying type.
no. Calva's part steel. No, he's resistant.
He's a rock
so
type.
not immune. Yeah.
Yeah.
So first of all, here's the picture of him.
Oh,
Not the specific.
quite a bit older.
Oh boy. Mama.
Quite the that's quite the dino slash face there. I'm not talking to him because I'm not in the room, but
We're just going to put a bag over that. We'll just place it a little jauntily to the right.
definitely looks like definitely looks like an experienced guide.
Definitely not immune to slashing damage.
Nope. Why even ask the question? Clearly been slashed. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he hands you this a small little brochure of description. It looks like a post someone might put on a notice board somewhere.
Can I narrate? Just for fun?
Yeah, absolutely. You go ahead.
I've stood atop every mountain in Chult. I know every gorge and crevice, every plateau and trail. My memory is an iron trap. I forget nothing. Trust a dwarf, I always say, because a dwarf will never steer you wrong. Fearless I am. There's no dragon, beast, or undead horror that scares me. You want a guide who runs away at the first sign of danger. No, you want a dwarf, and I'm the toughest dwarf around. Red dragon bit off my arm, yet here I stand. Takes more than a dragon to stop Hugh Hackenstone. I charge 5 gold coins a day and expect a 30-day payment up front. Best coin you'll ever spend, I promise you.
Do you have 2 arms?
Nope, 1 arm. I'm assuming he has 1 arm. Does he have 2? Wait, does he have 2 arms? Is he just straight up lying in this?
I mean...
Alex, that was a question for you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you're looking it up. Okay, my apologies.
Yeah.
I'm pushing you. This is
Sorry, I missed something. Where I don't know where I the part about his arm. Oh, red dragon bit my arm. Okay, yeah. He is missing an arm.
okay.
Okay.
It's kind of hard for him to lie about a red dragon biting off his arm if he's sitting there with 2 arms. So no, I just missed that because I was just entranced in the voice Oz was making.
Yeah.
So I missed that key detail.
That is some Thistle bullshit. Yes, I lost both my arms and my leg. Yet here I sit. I got better.
This guy is just all
It's just a flesh
charisma.
wound.
It is but a scratch.
Mm. I died.
This
I got
dwarf is a
better.
+6 charisma. Something like-
Yeah,
okay.
give me
One-armed
an
dwarf.
insight check to see if he's lying about his missing arm.
That
Okay.
one. He's got 2 arms.
Anyway, he tells you that you can find him at the. He's staying at the
5
same
gold
inn
a
you guys
day,
are.
and he wants
The
30 days
house
up
of
front.
repose.
Quite a bit.
Oh shucks, guides might be expensive. Maybe you guys need to earn some gold.
What is this, real life, man?
I play D&D to escape reality.
Bruce has already proven he can busk. He could probably wrangle some dinos and sell them. That's about all I got right now.
I
So
mean,
anyway,
we could
so
probably
yeah,
go
so-
gamble and try and win it all.
So Kael and Crom, I guess you guys head back to the hotel now. The inn?
Yeah, I
Keeps
caught
me
back to the hotel.
Yeah, I'll go
Or
back
the
to
inn.
Crom.
I caught back to the inn.
Okay, is there anything anybody wanted to do other than Calva, who already declared he's passed out and gone to sleep for the night? Is there any last things anybody wants to do before they head to bed?
Yep. So Thistle making it back to his room, with a parchment or what? Maybe it's parchment, maybe it's fabric. He doesn't know. Writes down specifically: snake, temple, south, jungle, heart, cow people.
Cow people.
Be Sherman
Okay.
42 all of you.
P. Sherman Wall, 32 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
P Wallaby 42 30 way.
42 Sherman,
Sydney Wallaby.
Newcastle.
Ooh,
Newcastle.
fish the butt. Okay,
Perth.
we're in the Great
It's
Lakes.
the wrong end of the country.
So we're on Europa Prime. So he writes that down, looks at it, and if anyone were there, anyone were scrying on him, you would see him almost lose composure and start to just not cry, but just be really upset that what he wrote down didn't have more detail to it. He tried really
You
hard
tried so
to,
hard.
to remember it.
A for effort.
Hello, buddy.
And he takes a moment. He goes through his pack and he pulls out a small journal, and he flips through a couple pages, and he reads something, and he sighs and he closes it and puts it back in his bag and gets all dressed and takes it that moment to cool down, get unraged, and will leave the room and be like, okay, I have this in hand. Where's Calva? Calva's asleep. Where's everyone else? They're still in the bath. Hey, you guys are back from the bath. I assume.
Okay, so does he interrupt them as they're coming back, or are
Yeah,
you in your own room by
Basically,
yourself?
as they're trying to get back, he's like, Thistle's like, I have the news. I think I have important stuff.
What is it that you have for us, Thistle?
And he reads off Exactly what we wrote down. Stealth, jungle heart, snake people, temple, cow people.
Crom, give me an insight check.
Insight.
Sorry, can't see the actual roll because I got the wrong tab up.
Oh, through.
Helps if I have actually roll 20 in the front foreground and the part with the tab with the rolls. 3. Okay, yeah, no. You Crom, at the mention of cow people, you do not put 2 and 2 together and realize that Thistle's talking about minotaurs.
I'm tired, little man. I wish I could understand what you mean, but I don't. I'm sorry.
But it's the jungle and snakes and cow people.
Cow people.
Crom, you as at the repeated mention of cow people, you apply like your own centaur thought logic, and you're imagining centaurs, but instead of horses, they're cows.
Yeah. Where do you milk them?
Does Kael notice?
Too.
Does Kael notice if Thistle is noticeably upset or anything like that based on Crom's reaction to the information he's given?
Give me an insight check with advantage because you're more like in tune with feelings and you've been paying attention to what's going on.
You said investigation?
Insight with advantage.
Insight. Natural 20.
Okay.
20. Okay, yeah. So you
1 second.
You very much empathize with. Or are you trying to hide your feelings?
I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying to hide.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. Just for future reference, if you wanted something like that, say like I would like to try and conceal my ability, and then I'll
apologies.
get to do deception roll. So it's okay in this case, but just we'll do that in the reverse order next time.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it's not going to work against a nat 20.
Yeah, of course.
Kael can see right into your soul. He knows that trying to convey this information accurately was really important to him, and he feels like he let the party down because he didn't give you everything that he felt like he could have.
Ooh.
So, did Crom or did Thistle hand us the parchments that he wrote on, or is he just repeating these words to us?
I don't think this is handing over parchment.
Yeah, I'm just holding them.
Okay.
Holding it.
So, noticing Thistle's apparent disappointment in not getting the message across, Kael is really trying to think about the words that that Thistle has said and process what he's talking about, and says, "So, are you talking about a temple in the jungle?"
And I'm going to need a history check from you here.
Okay.
This is going to be to see how much you remember of the words that were overheard, even though you didn't go to follow up on it. 7. Oh, no. Unfortunately, so you recall Thistle going to talk to some people that you guys had overheard something about something in the jungle. You don't remember what you overheard, but you're fairly confident that Thistle's trying to pass on what he learned from that conversation.
But do I remember the words that Thistle said?
Well, the words that Thistle said this time, yes, but not like
Yeah.
when he was actually talking to them, unfortunately.
Right. No.
Your history
So
check was not good enough
so
for that.
so he said snakes, jungle, temple, south, cow people. Right?
Yes.
Did I get
yeah,
that
you'd,
right?
you'd remember you'd get all that because he just told it to you right now. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
those are the words written on the parchment.
Those are the wrong words.
Yes. So
yeah. But go ahead with your line of questioning.
So I was assuming that I didn't hear any of the conversation that he had with those people. But Kael is trying to piece together the words that Thistle has relayed. He's starting with 2, temple and jungle, and he's asking, is there a temple in the jungle?
Okay, Thistle.
Oh.
You know what, Thistle? Give me a history roll now.
Okay.
Let's see
Would
if
that
this line of
be-
questioning nudges your memory.
Would this be with advantage or disadvantage?
Straight roll.
Okay. Hmm.
16. Okay, Thistle. You remember that you remember that you were talking about a city in the jungle,
Mhm.
and there were snake people in it.
Yeah, and that's what I'll say is there is a city in the jungle. The city has snake people in it.
Okay.
Yep.
So the jungle is to the south of where we are. Are there also cow people in the city?
Give me
Go-
another history
Okay.
roll.
Did Kael read the note? Is that what's prompting this, or?
Well, it was spoken to Kael
Mhm.
by Thistle caught them on the way back from the thing history. Yes, Thistle, you remember? Yes, there's cow people in the city too.
Yeah. Yes, there's cow people also in the city with the snake people.
As Thistle says this, Crom frowns and says, what even is cow people? I've never heard of cow people. What is cow people?
Let's go with Greg. Give me give me a nature check this time.
Okay. Ooh.
People, there are people who are cows.
Yeah.
I am a goddamn motherfucking cowboy. Papa was a cow and my mama was a boy.
So I don't think that Kael specifically has any great experience with minotaurs. Would any of the discussion about cow people make Kael think of anything other than Thistle just talking about people who look like Crom, only they're cows?
You know what? Let's have Kael do a nature check too, just in case.
Just for safeties.
Nope.
Just because, yeah. So yeah, no, you don't get anything new, but just because you asked in a way that's more than, can I make a nature check too? Yeah. So yeah, no, you're not able to glean any more insight into the description of cows. You're certain that cow people just must be centaurs with cow butts.
Okay.
Maybe the people that herd cows. I heard of that.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Except Kael probably imagines them more like anime cowgirls with big cow titties. Kael's secretly a pervert. He doesn't tell anyone this. This is just what happens in his head.
Kael's that monk.
Yeah. He imagines cow people, instead of having udders, having very large breasts.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
What did you
Kael,
think?
Kael kind of shakes his head and comes back to the conversation after thinking about the cow titties. And asks Thistle, so is this city important? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I try to remember it.
Having seen how frustrated he was earlier, Kael's just going to put his hand on Thistle's shoulder and say, "You've done a great job. You've given us a place that we can go look. This is excellent information."
You'll actually feel like when you touch Thistle, like when you've touched him before, like you feel his muscle there. Like he's a tense dude. But when you do that, for the first time you feel his shoulder actually relax a little bit, and you can just feel like the back of his neck is like all knot. Just so much stress has been there, and for a moment it lessens.
You could start hard, little man.
Okay. Does anyone have anything last they want to do before heading to bed?
Crom's good. He's gonna dream about cow people with big titties.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you head to bed. I know we're not quite at our scheduled time, but that is a really convenient place to wrap it up for the night. Sorry, Oz. I know you were excited to get to the next day.
I've got a.
Yeah, fair enough. So, okay, so we are at for Timekeeper. Obviously, we're at end of day 1. We'll pick up tomorrow at day 2. Not tomorrow, real life, but you know what I mean. So, day 2 in 2 weeks. So we didn't do a heck of a lot, but we had some really good character development. Frankly, like as soon as you guys started doing that, I'm like, I'm just gonna get out of the way and let this happen, because this was great character development. This thing, you guys are growing even without facing too much adversity.
Made me kill you. Made
Mm.
me 5. I'm not telling you guys what it's for. You made. All right. That was really Thistle with the subdued what is it? Bath time? What did you say? Clean time, Thistle?
Tub time.
Tub time. Tubby time, fifth Thistle.
Tub time at a time.
Tub time. Just tub time. Maybe at some point you'll understand why tub time is important to Thistle.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is too, and like I really appreciate the way you went about it, Craig, because I'm like, oh man, if Thistle just randomly walks up to someone in his normal Thistle way in a fucking bathhouse, he is not gonna be treated well. And I did some rolls, and you got pretty fucking lucky too.
Yeah. I'm like, geez, how would Thistle do this? Huh? How would Thistle do this without getting his dick punched?
So now I gotta ask, Kael, what prompted you to ask this philosophical question of the remaining party members?
So,
Yet to be.
So Kael had a vision of an evil growing somewhere in the world, and he told his master about the vision, and so Kael was then sent out by his order to investigate this vision. So that's what prompted Kael to leave the monastery, and Kael has been traveling around trying to find answers. But this is his first mission away from the monastery, and he really feels like he needs to accomplish this mission to make his people proud, and he's afraid he's going to let them down.
Okay. So on the grounds of it being a very deep question that was posed to the party at a very appropriate time and elicited some very significantly character developing results, I'm going to award you preemptively for next session. You will start with a DM's inspiration die.
Nice, thank you.
Good job, Karen.
Bruce, I know you have a very deep backstory, but
No.
you're too good at it.
I was just what I was gonna say is like the onus is on Seb and Spencer to up their lore game. Seb has, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's like
Spencer's
Thistle's got scars, I got scars.
I suspect a role play heavy portion coming on. I'm going to bed.
Alex just pieces out 2 hours early.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, that was great. I didn't expect.
And it wasn't I don't want to split the party situation that I twisted Kael's wing to go to the bathhouse. It was just purely because it'd be very much in Kael's character to very much value a bath.
There's no way he would
Yep.
keep sand between.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Kael, you don't get to skip out on bath time.
Yeah. I'll have
Honestly,
to remember that going forward.
I was kind of half expecting Thistle to throw a tantrum about having to go to bath time, but then once he was in bath time, he wouldn't want to leave. That's kind of what I was expecting, but the tub time attitude is even better, frankly.
Yeah.
More original.
Well,
Kael isn't just a toddler.
Yeah. Hey, Thistle actually has a complex, deep backstory. Unfortunately, to dig it out, you have to go through many layers of how does that even work? No, that did not happen. No, that's not a thing.
It's all just emotional. Thistle doesn't actually remember his backstory. It's just kind of there. And
You find out that he actually has had multiple concussions as a kid. That's why he has bad memory.
oh no, too tragic. I would say Kael probably has a really deep backstory too, but he's only 13, so it's not. Wait, how old is Kael? 12? Like, how old is he?
Hang on.
I think ever in.
She's how old is Crom?
I did age 15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aarakocra are like dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like middle age for Aarakocra.
Like 30 mate.
Well, if they're like dogs, that would be like.
Oh yeah.
ancients.
Wait, if they were like dogs, 15 would be like an old man.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
So,
But
they're like average lifespan is like 30 though, right?
At the most, yeah. I think it's 25.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I just wanted to know: are you guys actually able to hear when I do this?
Nope. Discord blocks.
I
mean, I heard the beginning of it, but then Discord
that was
cut
the
in.
sound of me rolling a die specifically on the table, so it makes more noise because I wanted.
The moment
sometimes I want you guys
heard,
to hear that I'm rolling dice and not necessarily telling you the results of that dice roll.
roll in like in Roll20 or something. Like just roll the string, whatever.
Yeah, that's usually what I do is I'll roll the die in D20 so that you guys can see that I'm rolling, or like the DM roll the die, even though you don't see what it is.
Yeah.
So, but
Roll20 needs sound effects.
If the sound came through, I figured it would be that much more ominous. But unfortunately, the sound didn't make it through. So you didn't hear the several times that I rolled and nothing happened.
I could hear just then. I could hear like as it hit. I could hear the threshold. Like I could hear the filter click on just as you.
Oh, okay.
Discord has a natural.
I'll stick to rolling in Roll20 then.
I think I'm gonna do this though next time instead of.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't show up. Okay.
Double check that. Okay, so 2 weeks from now is the weekend of the 24th. I'm out of town that weekend. So I won't be able to do the 23rd.
And we will do a different.
Is anyone interested in trying for a makeup session either on the 16th or the 30th? No, I
That is
understand. That's
just
fine.
me.
Yeah. I'm the same way too. Things are gonna get progressively more busy as June comes, and then July is just gonna be a complete mess.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll okay. So we'll.
I will still.
So Arden.
I will still ask.
That'd be cool. Yeah, just whatever.
Greg will have to talk to me about his ideas.
Yeah.
I have other.
Oh, really?
I'm going to a motorcycle group event in Perth, so.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say, do you have do you have another motorcycle, or is that the one you have?
Yeah, so I've also got my big red Yamaha. It's the big red touring one.
That's.
Okay.
Sure, I've got a picture of that. I can.
Did you just say you're going to Perth?
Yes.
In Australia.
Oh,
nice. Wow.
So the week of the 23rd is a no for you because you're busy. I do need it known that from the week of the 13th and 20th and 27th, for those 3 weeks, I'm not in by a computer.
Okay.
In June.
In June? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
going to be in BC. No.
Oh, nice. Whereabouts in BC?
Nanaimo.
Oh, nice.
I like
That's a
Nanaimo.
nice spot.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to visit.
I lived in Comox for 5 years, so fuck.
Nice.
I know.
Yeah. I spent a couple summers out in Comox.
You ever go tubing on the Puntledge?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Oh man, we would do that like if the weather was nice, we would do it like once a week in the summer. Take a couple of beers, hop in the river up at the fish hatchery. It took about an hour and a half to float down to Puntledge Park, and you hop out there.
Yeah, I was locked to the cadet camp, so really not much I could do aside from, I mean, hop in the PL boat and learn how to fix and drive the damn thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this off. I was like,